All right, let's get this show going, everybody. All right, everybody. Hello. I'm just gonna put on social media that we are streaming. All right, folks. I know it's crazy. Hello, friends. All right, we're getting this show going, everybody. So, impromptu stream today, folks. Going to a keyboard show in a couple of weeks. So, I'm going through kind of some of the boards that we're going to be showcasing. I know it's that one guy. We're going through some of the boards that we're going to be showcasing at the keyboard show over at UC Irvine in a couple of weeks. One of the boards that needs to get teared down and rebuilt is going to be this custom J-02. This is going to be a little bit of a longer stream. We're probably going to be on here, I don't know, 3-ish hours probably. So I got to tear this board apart, desolder everything, and then switch swap it and also swap out stabilizer. So not going to be the most glorious thing, but that's what we're going to be doing today, folks. A little bit of a last minute. We're also doing a sponsored stream tomorrow, folks, for a board that's going to be entering into the buying phase. So let me get this board kind of torn down. First thing we got to do is remove the keycaps. So this board is one of my kind of custom one-of-one boards. So don't ask how much this board costs. It's absurdly expensive, folks. So, but yeah, we're just going to have some fun tearing this board down. So this keycap set's called DCS Alpine Winter. I had this board custom Cerakoted. So this board is a complete one-of-one. So the board itself and the Cerakote's one-of-one. This keycap set's extremely, extremely rare. I got really lucky getting it off a guy on Reddit a few months back. So one of my personal favorite builds that I own, and we're definitely going to be showcasing this, but really, really cool board. So the first step is just kind of our desoldering is we're going to be removing the keycaps, everybody, so it should be a good time, but we're going to be on there for a little bit longer because I got to tear down this board, I got to desolder it, and then we got to clean it up and then resolder everything. So it's going to be a little bit more of an involved process, but I really haven't shown people how we desolder boards for the most part, so that'll be kind of an interesting process for people who want to get into this kind of side of the hobby. So we're just pulling off the keycaps and we'll put those to the side. But again, this keycap set is called DCS Alpine Winter, one of my kind of personal favorite boards. It's a really good time. So we're just pulling off all these keycaps right now. So and again, this board is also, if you look at these, some of you may be curious about keyboards, these are also very different switches. These are not Cherry MX switches, so think of throw your knowledge of like Cherry MX Browns or Cherry MX Reds out the window. These are kind of their own thing. These switches are older, way older than me. These switches are from, I think, like 1984, 1985, so, and they're also very expensive. Like these are about, I say, $4 to $5 a switch. So it's a pretty cool board, but we're gonna be also the big thing. We're gonna be swapping these switches out because I want to use these switches for kind of a much bigger board, and I feel like the other switches I want to put in this board are gonna be more suited to this particular keyboard. And again, these switches are just kind of really rare, and I'd rather have them go in something a little more insane. This board, not to mention this board is insane. Like there's a lot of financial resources inside this board. This board, when I initially built it earlier this year, it took the better part of 3 months to get it built. Whether it was sourcing the fully custom parts, doing the custom Cerakote, sourcing these switches, it was a very involved process. And also sourcing these keycaps took a really long time. So there's a lot that went into this particular build, and I'm really, really happy with how this one came out. So we're just pulling off all the keycaps, and we can kind of see the star of the show, which are going to be these Alps switches. Alps switches are kind of cool. They were the direct competitor to Cherry MX in the 1980s, 1990s, and early 2000s. They stopped making them in the early 2000s, and that's how Cherry kind of dominated the keyboard market. So these switches have not been made in a very long time. So, and these are very, very expensive keyboard switches. You think Cherry MX switches are expensive, like 50 cents to $1? Like these are $4 to $5 a switch each. So each one of these little switches is about $4 to $5. So really, really expensive stuff. So can't take the spacebar out just yet. That one has its own mounting system. That's kind of weird. So yeah, but this is going to be a little bit of a longer stream anyway. So again, I'll probably have people popping in and out of stream and on chat over the course of this. So we're just disassembling this particular board. There we go. This is a really nice kind of simple and intuitive board to work with. It's called the J-02, made by a guy named Jay from a company called Prototypist. So really, really easy, really simple board to kind of work in, which is really nice. So we're just kind of removing these adhesive strips because I had to do some mods to kind of make sure this thing goes in. Oh my god, hello friends, you're welcome. Again, like I said, people, you're welcome. This is public information. Y'all are more than welcome to jump on. It's all good. So it is a fun time, everybody. So we're just, again, this is going to be a little bit of a longer stream. Again, those of you who want to come in, say hi, welcome. If I bored you out of your mind, you're welcome to leave. Again, this is just, it's public information. We're just here to have fun. So it's a good time, everybody. So we're just working with this keyboard right now. So kind of impromptu. I just realized I kind of have to get this board done. I'm kind of procrastinating and delaying getting this board put together. So we got to pull the space bar out because it does have a different mounting mechanism. So it should be pretty fun. There we go. Cool. So we're just pulling that wire out, and we'll pull this keycap set out. There we go. Cool. All right. Let me just pull that wire out carefully. Let me wipe all that. So yeah, you're gonna get to see again one of these kind of more involved builds. Again, I will be doing some other. I got a bunch of builds in the pipeline coming up. We got a sponsored stream tomorrow for a car keyboard, which is going to be really sick. So we got that one in. So we're going to be building one of the prototypes that we got in. So that's going to be super sick. So we got our keycaps. We're going to put these away to the side because we're not going to be working with those until much later on in the build. Same with this spacebar wire. So we'll stick that part to the side. And we're just going to wipe off that lubricant from that spacebar. And we're going to walk it through. So there we go. That's our assembly. It's all removed from the case. So again, these are Alps switches, so they look very different from like your kind of standard Cherry MX. I mean, for those of you who may not know, I'll pull out a Cherry MX switch, and you can kind of see the difference in how these are constructed. So like most mechanical keyboards are going to be using Cherry MX. You can see it looks like a little plus symbol. Very, very different. If you look at these switches, they're like a little rectangle. So pretty different. Again, these were kind of the OG competitor to Cherry MX switches back in the day. Again, these switches are way older than me. These switches are from like the early 1980s, so pretty cool. But they're very clicky, so really cool stuff. So we got to desolder all this stuff, so I got to pull out the desoldering gun and get that going. So that's kind of the part that's going to be a little more involved. So got to pull out the desoldering gun, but this is kind of a very involved build in terms of what we're going to be doing. So we got to desolder. That thing's going to heat up to probably, I don't know, 600 degrees, something like that. So it's gonna get that one going. Let's make sure our filter's in there. Yeah, we're good. We got all of our parts in there. Sweet. All right, let's heat this puppy up, and then we're gonna get it going. So get temperature dialed in. I also don't want to burn my freaking fingers off. So fun times, everybody. Fun times. We got anyone who kind of jumps in, it's all good. So yeah, but these are Alps. So it's a little small 60% keyboard. I got another one of my keyboards here while that's warming up. So another really, really fun one that I really love. So it's another one of the OG ones. So yeah, fun times, everybody. Got a bunch of keyboards. I got like a bajillion keyboards that came in the other day. As you can see them behind me. I got like over there. There we go. Behind me, you can see a couple keyboards. You got a couple keyboards. Other way. There we go. There we go. Right there. So it's a good time, everybody. So we're letting that desolder gun heat up. Once that light turns off, then we're good to start desoldering and pulling out these switches. You gotta be really careful. It is a kind of involved process. It's pretty delicate. You don't want to damage these switches, considering how expensive these puppies are. I want to be very, very careful in terms of how we, again, remove these switches and whatnot. And we will be using these for a future project. So really, really awesome set of switches. So that's going to be good. And we are heated up, so let's make sure that works. Crap. Yeah. All right, we're good. Let's make sure I don't burn my fingers off. This thing's almost 1,000 degrees right now, so that's pretty good. So we're going to start pulling out these switches one by one, folks. So we got to desolder them. So this is the less glorious part. Awesome. So we're literally just heating up the solder, and then this thing has a little vacuum, and it's just sucking that solder up once it's heated up. Awesome. Awesome. Got that one in. So we got a couple of the switches with the bottom row. Awesome. Perfect. Awesome. That one. Cool. Alright, got those ones in. Let's start pulling these switches out. So again, I gotta be really careful because you can like really damage the switches and the PCB. So we want to be really careful how we pull these puppies out. But yeah, these switches are pretty cool. So we got one of them out. So they're nice little clickies. So really, really cool. You can kind of see how they are different from like your standard switch, but these are also very expensive switches. So and they're also really rare too. So these switches were found in one particular computer from the 1980s made by Apple back in the day. So they're very, very rare, and you have to look for a specific type of computer to get these switches out. I have a decent stockpile of them, but I want to use these in a just kind of more insane build than this board. So we're just making sure everything is good there. Awesome. Pull those out and pull this other part of the bottom row out. There we go. Awesome. Perfect. There we go, friends. But yeah, that's what we're doing, everybody. Oh my God, there's like a bajillion people in here. Hello, friends. All right, cool. So we got that one in, and that's looking pretty good. So we got that bottom row pulled out. We'll just clean up those ones that we just pulled out really quick. Like I said, we're working on tech. Cool. Alright, those are good. Sweet, that bottom row is all cleaned up. Now we're going to kind of go to our other part of the top row and go from there. So kind of work our way around the perimeter as we kind of pull these puppies out. So nothing too crazy, but we're going to have fun with it. So there we go. Again, try not to burn my fingers off. Alright, looking good. Yep, we got a clog. Hey, I know people are. Oh man, that hates me. Yeah. Oh man, look at that. I got a clog there. Look at that. Look at that, friends. It's fun times, everybody. Holy cow, that sucks. All right. Yeah. Well, sometimes you don't clean your equipment, everybody. Oh man, that's nasty. All right, that's not good. Yeah. Well, I don't think I cleaned this tool last time we did it, so fun times, everybody. Oh man, no, that's absolutely delightful. Give me a second, everybody. It's a fun time, everybody. Look at that. Look at that. All right, cool. Yeah, like I said, this isn't the most glorious of things, but like I said, we don't play video games here. We build computers and keyboards. So that's what we do. So, all right, making sure that's all cleared out. Cool, that should be good. Hopefully, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Had a pretty decent clog right there. So that's another thing. Make sure your equipment when you're working with this stuff. Make sure your equipment's all clean. I didn't clean it last time because, yeah, that's no bueno. Sweet. Let that heat up, and then we should be good to go, everybody. Like I said, we're literally working on tech that's like way older than me. So, but yeah, this is gonna be a longer stream, everybody, because again, we got to go through this entire board, tear it down. So. And we're doing a full rebuild on this puppy. Alright, hold up. Almost done with this row. Cool. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. So yeah, and that's what we're doing. I know it's not. It's fine. So yeah, you gotta clean it up, but we're good there. So we got the thing all cleaned up. But yeah, essentially what we're doing is you can kind of see we have our little points of solder. The machine is heating up the solder and then using its vacuum to suck all that stuff out. So that's essentially what we're doing. So it's a very slow process, but again, it's not like hot swap where you have switches where you can literally just drop the switches in, pull them out. Like these are all soldered in, so a little more involved, a little more advanced for the keyboard hobby, but again, really fun and rewarding time working with solder boards. So, I mean, so yeah, and especially when you get into these older kind of retro boards working with stuff like this, like it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, we're just pulling these switches out one by one, and again, being very careful. These switches, no, God, what are you talking about? Don't do that. No, you're fine. You're chilling, dog. All right, you're chilling, man. But yeah, so other than that, it's pretty good. So we're working with that. Oh my gosh, that one does not want to come out. Let's move over here and try to do this one. You're killing me. All right, cool. All right. All right, got that one. Cool, good times. We're just pulling them out for anybody. Cool. Awesome. Just pulling them out one by one, and then so we'll have the top row and we'll have the bottom. That one doesn't want to come out. All right. Let's see. Some of these are being really stubborn right now. I know, it's crazy. So let's pull. Gosh, that one does not want me. Well, you're killing me, computer. All right. Let's see. Let's get this. All right. It does not like me today. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Got that one. Pretty good. There we go. That one. Yeah, that one's good. Pulling them out, folks. Pulling them out. There we go. Good times. There we go. Good times. That one. Almost done with that row. Oh, come on. Yep. Let's fix the pins on that one. That didn't look good. Yeah, I gotta be really careful. And again, these are really official. I know. Oh my god! Wow. Hey, Twitch is fun, man. There's a lot of great content creators on here. Whether it's video games, doing tech, it's not just. Yeah. Hello, friends. Again, don't. But yeah, it's a fun time, everybody. Again, Twitch, really fun platform. Again, a lot of great creators doing some cool stuff. I'm just one of them, everybody. But yeah. Okay, that one hates me. Let's pull that one out. Lordy, good lord, people. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, folks, we're going to be on here for probably 3, maybe 4 hours. So, I mean, like I said, people are welcome. People are going to be popping throughout the night as we kind of go along, folks. So this is going to be I like treating these as like podcasts. You can just stick it on the background and we're going to have fun with it. Spoons up. Cleaning up the pads here. Getting any loose stuff that we didn't get. Cool. All right. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. No, it's gonna be a long one. Most of these streams were usually done like hour and a half to maybe 3 hours, but this is gonna be definitely a longer one we got. So we got the top 2 rows taken off, so we just got to go through do each row. I'm gonna take off these perimeter ones, and then we're gonna kind of work our way in. So pretty good. Just working on the tech, everybody. Like I said, this is when we're gonna showcase at a keyboard meet in a couple of weeks. So it's gonna be really cool. So this will be one of the featured builds. Alright, just warming up the solder and then vacuuming it up. Alright, cool. Got that one, and let's go over here. Perfect. Alright. Alright, cool. That one doesn't look too good. Hold up. Alright, cool. Alright, folks. We got those 3. Let's figure it out. Oh my god. So let's see. Making surely I'll go from the bottom. Cool. No, I can't go that way. Cool. Fine. I'm going to pull them out. There we go. I just realized those are going to be more of a pain in the butt to pull out. I haven't pulled these ones out. Alright. Let's see. Let's do these ones. Yeah, like I said, this is it's very much it is a process pulling these puppies out. Like I said, these switches are about $4 to $5 to switch, so they're really expensive and they're really rare. So you just kind of have to take your time and not rush it, especially when you're working with this old tech. So it's pretty crazy. So we got that one out, perfect, and that's pretty good. I can't get these ones out because they're surrounded by stabilizers, those little clear things. So I can't really get a good grip on them with the stable. Yeah, so we'll hold off on pulling those ones out. Let's get the main cluster of them out. And then we'll kind of go from there. I'll probably just like try and pull a PCB apart. So that's what we're going to do. It should be a pretty good. It's fun times, everybody. So like I said, once we pull this one apart, again, I got like a bajillion other keyboards. And you can see my old retro ones there. So, I mean, those are like old school, like Apple stuff. That's This, again, is older than me. It's from like the 1980s. So good stuff, everybody. So good times. So, all right, let's get it going. So we're going to go and do this. So we'll start off on this way, and then we're going to do this main cluster right here, and then do it. So it's pretty good. So there we go. Have fun, everybody. All right, let's get it going. There we go. Oh, my gosh. Good times, everybody, like I said. Again, we're just heating up these little solder balls and then sucking them up with this little vacuum thingy. Yep, good times. Alright, almost done with this row. Just sucking them up. Try not to burn my fingers off, so I've done that before. Cool, got that one off. Perfect. Let's do next row. We got 2 more rows. Alright, hold up. I want to empty out some of this crap we're stuck in. Oh my gosh, people are having fun. I know. So be careful, everybody. So yeah, we got that little that ball of size. So that's all the crap we're like sucking up. So it's fun times, everybody. I know people are having fun. I know it's crazy. Again, you're welcome to have fun, everybody. We are here in the public square of the internet. So I know. Oh my gosh, I know it's crazy. People be crazy, everybody. I know. I know. So good times, everybody. Again, we're just working here, having fun. So it's a good time. There we go. Have fun. Twitch chat, everybody. Yeah, we got that. Cool. Alright, cool. Yep, got clog. Some kind of clog. Something's clogging it up. That's not fun. Alright. Like I said, you gotta, this tool, it's very high maintenance, so let's pull that out. Yeah. Like I said, it's a very slow process doing this, but it's a fun time, everybody. So, alright, cool. Like I said, it's me talking to a bunch of nerds, so it's great. So, let's pull that one out. Alright. Almost there. We got one more row, and then we can probably see if we should be able to separate this PCB. So let's get it going. Alright. Almost there. Got like 4 more switches. Yep, that one. I think we are good. Sweet. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Oh my god, I know, it's crazy. Alright, I'm going to see if I can pull this out. I don't want to do that. Let's see. Let's not do that one. Oh, I got that one out. Okay. It's part of them. Alright, give me a second. This is the part that's finicky. We gotta get... Yeah, very finicky, everybody. Pulling them apart. Alright, let's see. Again, this... I mean, I try, but... Nope, that's not... That ain't good. Alright, well, I'll pull this one out first, at least. I got that one out. Sweet. Let's push this one out. Pull that one out. We're just going to go slowly on these. Alright. So we're just taking it nice and easy. There we go. Again, very slow. Please don't melt. There we go. Yeah. Just pulling these out. Again, these puppies are, again, like $4 to $5 a switch, everybody. So this ain't cheap. So There we go. Let's make sure that plate's still good. So, good times. All right. So we're going to go nice and slow pulling these out, because I don't want to really do any more damage than we already have. So we just got to be really careful with these builds. So, got those. It's going nice and slow on this one. Cool. Cool. Pulling those out. Almost there. Oop. Cool. Pull those out. Getting there slowly but surely. So we got almost there. Pulling them out. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get these two side ones out. I got that one. Let's go from the top and do that. No, I'm not gonna get that. All right. Go from this side. Fun times there, but there we go. All right. Good times. Oh, there we go. Almost pulling them out. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Let's keep pulling. Good times, everybody. There we go. Just gotta be nice and patient as we pull these out. Again, this is way more involved than like your standard keyboard. Most people who want to get a keyboard, it's not going to be this crazy. These are just very advanced boards. There's a lot that goes into them. We'll be doing some builds that are more novice and more beginner. This one is very advanced. And there's more steps involved with this particular board because we have to pull out the switches and tear it out. We are doing, oh my god. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I know. Yeah, Welvin, what's up, dog? I mean, so Welvin, one of the things that's just, you kind of know, I mean, I think I've told you my day job. One of the things is, in my day job, you put people Google, and then they find things. So there you go, Welvin. So yes, that answers that. So yes, sir. So it's a fun time, man. Like I said, I welcome it. It's a fun time, makes engagement fun. But yeah, it's a good time, man. Like, welcome everybody. Again, this is open to anyone on the internet who wants to come and join and learn. Again, I'm literally just here just as a guy who's just here to have fun, show people the love of this hobby and technology and how you can get into keyboards and how it can be fun. There we go. Success, everybody. Look at that. So, good times, everybody. So, yeah, it's a fun time, everybody. So, but yeah, it's a really good time, everybody. So, we're here to have fun. We're here to, again, learn a little bit about tech and also just show people that, like, technology can be fun. And you can learn a lot about it. So there we go. So we got all those switches out. So yeah, Welvin, essentially what we're doing is we're doing a switch swap. So I'm going to a actually, Welvin, if you want to know, dude, we're doing a keyboard meet over at UC Irvine, October 18th. So the UC Irvine Keyboard Club's hosting a keyboard meet, which is going to be really, really cool. So what they're going to be doing, yeah, so it's going to be really cool. So yeah, so thanks. But yeah, Welvin, so I mean, there's a keyboard meet at UC Irvine. If you're interested in maybe bringing any of your boards out, man, or anyone else who's interested in coming, it's open to the public. And again, it's going to be an opportunity for people to try keyboards. I'll be taking a ton of keyboards over there, which is going to be really cool. So opportunity for people to try keyboards, learn about them, and also to be able to see some keyboards. The UC Irvine Club asked me to bring out my entire collection, so we're going to be bringing a metric truckload of keyboards out there, and I'm going to have my own table and kind of area where we're going to kind of showcase what I've done, but also just an opportunity for people to kind of try out the board. So we're doing a switch swap, so I'm kind of doing some rebuilds on some of the builds I'm going to be taking, particularly the Alps builds. So this board that we're rebuilding is my J-02. So I wanted to do a switch swap. So what's cool about this one is what we're doing, folks. We had Amber Alps, which are really expensive, really rare and obscure. I just realized I want to use these for something else, considering I don't have a lot of these. I wanted to put these in a more kind of crazy project. So we're going to put those switches to the side. And what we're going to eventually swap into this board are going to be white clicky Alps. So it's still going to be clicky, but these are just going to be, I think, more better suited to this. And I have a metric truckload of these, and I have many, many more of these on the way. So that's what we're going to do. So we just wanted to get all of that stuff out of there. I want to clean up the PCB, take off these stabilizers, because we're also going to swap out stabilizers, which is going to be really cool. Oh my God, Welvin, I wish you could go. But I mean, also my other friends from work, again, October 18th, UC Irvine is having a keyboard meet, which is going to be really cool. So down in Orange County, it's going to be a fun time, everybody. So if it's open to the public, it's open to anyone. Anyone's welcome to come. And again, have fun, learn about keyboards. They're going to be doing some raffles and some giveaways. So it'll be a really fun event. Again, just a bunch of people to come together and share the love of technology, keyboards, and just industrial design and engineering. So really, really good stuff. So we're going to get that one. So we're going to pull these off. And then it's going to be really cool, everybody. So we're going to pull these out. But yeah, like I said, Twitch, it's open to the public, folks. So like I've always been adamant, my streams are open to anyone and everyone. So it's really cool. So that's going to be really, really nice. So we're really happy. So again, anyone's always welcome to jump on, watch, jump in the chat, have fun. Again, I'm just here just kind of using these as resources. To show people how to build keyboards, how to have fun with them. I've had people reach out to me like Reddit and Discord and just say like, hey, your like YouTube or your Twitch streams that you put on YouTube like have helped me figure out how to build a keyboard. So again, I'm just here. I'm not doing this to like get monetized or anything. So I'm just a guy who's having fun with his hobby and enjoys. If I can help someone randomly out there learn how to build a keyboard or inspire them to find a keyboard they really like, awesome. That's why we do this. So it's a lot of fun, everybody. So that's what we're here to do. Here to have fun. And yeah, like I said, it's just me working on tech, sharing, and kind of explaining what we're doing and whatnot. So that's going to be cool. So we're just pulling out these stabilizers. We're not going to use these stabilizers. So we're pulling these ones out, and then we're going to clean up this PCB. So not using those. So this is pretty much a full teardown and rebuild on this board. Haven't really done one of a teardown on stream. So it gets kind of cool seeing the process in what goes into it. This is a very involved build. Again, your standard keyboard build is not going to be this involved. This is just this kind of segment of the keyboard hobby is very advanced, very involved. You need a lot of things. So I mean, no, friends. Okay, stop asking about the stuff in the chat. You're killing me, guys. Like talk about talk about fun things in the chat. Come on, people. You're gonna have fun in the chat, not talk about the boring things. God. Alright, I'm just cleaning up the PCB if there's any solder. So we're just cleaning up the contact pads. Just makes life a little bit... We're just cleaning up the contact pads, cleaning up any solder, just so that's going to make a contact a little bit easier when we do put in the new switches. So... Alright, those rows are clean. We're almost done cleaning up the PCB. Just clean it up. We're almost done cleaning up, and then we'll move on to actually building. Oh, we got a clog. Oh my god. Hello, friends. Oh my god, we got a clog. Oh my gosh. Hi, friends. Alright, just word of advice. There we go. Just got a clog right there. We got to clean it out. So, again, this tool I'm using right here is one of my, oh, I know we have a clog, everybody. That's fine, everybody. It's pretty good. So, like I said, it's just one of those things when you're working with these tools. It's like, again, you just want to make sure your equipment's well maintained. We should be good. Sweet. So we're almost done with this tool. Just doing a little bit of cleanup on it, and then we should be good to do the fun part, which is actually putting it together. Wow, another clock. Really hates me today. Yeah, we're almost there. We are almost there, everybody. And that should be good. All right, we got a clean PCB. Perfect. All right, yeah, again, like I said, I was just, hello, I know, it's fine. So, folks, what we're essentially doing, again, we clean up this PCB, we're tearing it down. I just want to see if there's any other portions we want to just kind of clean up. I think, oh, I think we're looking good. Just want to clean up that one, and we should be good to go. All right, cool. All right, we got it all cleaned up, everybody. So fun times, everybody. Fun times. I know. So it's a good time, everybody. So we got PCB cleanup. We're gonna stick this to the side for right now because I want to clean up my plate over here before we really get this show going. So let's. There we go. Let's clean that up, and then we'll get that one going. So good times. We're done with the teardown now. That was kind of the long and kind of just frustrating part of what we were doing. So it should be good. I know, it's crazy, everybody. So it's a fun time. So again, this build I put together about 3 months ago, so it was fine. But like I said, builds are always kind of dynamically changing. Just the way I like to build boards, it's a little more involved on my keyboards, which is going to be really cool. So good times. Hey, you want to mix? I mean, considering how expensive this stuff is, you definitely want to kind of clean up and make sure you're doing everything correctly. So, again, this board is not cheap. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's make sure everything on that's good. So we should be good to go here. I'm going to put the soldering gun away because we're pretty much done with this one for the right now. So let's stick that away, and then we'll get it going. So, all right. So stick the plate to the side. We're kind of done with that for the moment. And we want to get to our stabilizer assembly on this board. So need to find my... There we go. Cool. Got to do that one. I know, it's crazy. So switches. Do I have that one? Give me a second. Do I have my tech test? Give me a second. There we go. Guess we are out. Guess we are out. Cool. All right. So this is a good one, everybody. Cool. All right. We're gonna open up. We're actually gonna have to do a lubing of stabilizers now, and then once we got the stabs lube, then we can start reassembling this board. So. Again, these switches, someone who asked, these aren't Cherry MX. These are a switch type known as Alps. Alps are a very old keyboard switch. They were kind of the direct competitor to your standard Cherry MX switches you kind of see in keyboards today. They're very different. They haven't been made in almost 30 years, so they're kind of an old school retro type of switch. You normally like Cherry switches are going to be like a little plus. You can see these look like a little rectangle. So these are what they're called amber Alps switches. They're very rare and very expensive. These are about $4 to $5 a switch. So I don't have a lot of these because they're so hard to find and because they're so expensive. So I want to save these for kind of a more crazy project that I'm working on. So we're going to basically be working on stabilizers today. So we're going to pull out these. So we're only using our smaller stabilizer wires for this one today. And so we're not using space bars. So that's going to be pretty good. So we're just getting these stabilizer parts out, and we'll kind of go from there. So we're just pulling these out. Yeah, $4 to $5 a switch. Hey, dude, that's not the most expensive. Like in this family of switches, they're called Alps. There's a switch that's a neon green color, and those are about $20 to $30 a switch. So if you want enough for like a freaking keyboard, you're looking at like $2,000 to $3,000 for like one of those. Like, and that's just switches. So I'm not crazy like that. I'm not doing that stuff. That's a little kind of wasteful and kind of insane to me, in my humble opinion. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. So we're just putting these stabilizers together, and then we're gonna get those all assembled. So one thing when you do keyboards, you want to have, yeah, they're kind of crazy. Like these aren't even like this is what you call mechanical. Oh yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, these are really cool switches. But yeah, these are like $4 to $5. But the ones that I said are like $20 to $30 a switch, I don't own those because I don't believe in setting money on fire. Because that's literally what you're doing if you buy those switches. Like I'll tell you, there was a thing on. I mean, some keyboard lore happened in the keyboard world on Reddit and Discord yesterday. So there's a really rare keyboard called a unicorn. It's called a unicorn. It's made by a really popular keyboard designer who's based in a country called Malaysia. And the keyboards hasn't been made in a few years, and people really want it. People will pay like well over $1,000 for this keyboard. But they also did like limited runs of this particular keyboard that were like customs for like YouTubers or like big time gamers or big time streamers. So there's a commission they did for that's called a toxic unicorn, and they only made like 4 or 5 of them. And one guy posted on Discord and Reddit yesterday, he will pay $35,000 for one of these keyboards. The keyboard was only worth like $400. Like when you initially bought it, it was like a $400 keyboard. But just because it's so rare, people were willing to pay crazy money. So this guy posts online and he said, I will pay $35,000 and I'll fly out to you to pick up the keyboard. And then another guy jumps in on the thread and he says, "Oh, I'll pay $37,000." And then another guy jumps in. I said, "I'll pay $40,000." And then one guy jumps in. Another guy jumps in. He says, "I will pay 2 Bitcoin for this keyboard." And what 2 Bitcoin is, for if you don't know, 2 Bitcoin is $250,000. And that's the current price that this keyboard is going for. So no one's come forward wanting to sell theirs. But literally, there's a guy right now on the internet who's willing to pay $250,000 for a freaking keyboard. And I'm like, people have lost their minds. That's like Jeff Bezos, like Elon Musk, like, I hate everyone kind of money. I'm just going to buy something absurdly expensive. I'm like, yeah, people are crazy. Oh, yeah, no, the guy was willing to pay 2 Bitcoin. Again, 1 Bitcoin's like almost like a little over $100,000. So it's kind of crazy. That this guy was doing that. So yeah, that was like the story on like Discord and Reddit yesterday and the keyboard and tech spaces. Some crazy guy. And it's funny, the guy who said he would pay $35,000 said, "Dude, the guy who wants to pay $250,000 is crazy." And I messaged the guy on Discord and I said, "You're crazy for wanting to spend $35,000. Now the guy who wants to spend $250,000 on a keyboard is even crazier." So yeah, it's crazy, man. There's some really wild people in the hobby. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. That was like the story of the day yesterday. And again, I openly called them out on Discord and Reddit. I'm like, "You're crazy." And then someone DM'd me and said, like, "You do realize they're in the Discord server?" I said, "Oh, I know. I want them to know that I said that they're crazy." So like I said, it's just funny, man. It's a whole different class of people. Like I said, I built, I've done keyboard commissions for people who were like pretty affluent. Like I had a keyboard client over the summer. He ordered 3 keyboards for me, and all were like super, super high end. Like we're talking $1,000+ per keyboard. And the guy had like no budget. He said like, "Do something crazy, do something insane, and I'll pay for whatever you want to do." I'm like, "Okay, cool. We're gonna do something. We're gonna do 3 absolutely insane builds for you, dude." So yeah, like I said, like I do custom keyboard commissions for people. I'm just very transparent with people on like what the keyboards cost. Like I usually am pretty transparent. Like usually when I do keyboard builds for people, it's gonna be like I usually charge you the cost of the parts plus $100. Because again, my time is worth something, and again, whether it be the assembly or like the sourcing of the parts or the actual final assembly, that all takes time. Especially if you do some of the more involved keyboards like the one I'm doing right here on stream. Again, that all takes time. So I'm just very upfront with that. But there are other custom keyboard builders who charge way more than what I do. Again, I'm just a guy. I do this for fun on the side when I have time. So, but I just tell people, get into custom keyboards. You don't have to spend an absurd amount of money. You can go on Amazon and get a mechanical keyboard for like $40 and have fun. So that's what I just tell people. It's a funny time. It's a fun time, everybody. So I just tell people there's a lot of really great options in the keyboard space. And again, there are colorful keyboards, there's RGB keyboards, there's ones made of metal, there's ones made of plastic. I mean, there was a guy who made a keyboard out of concrete earlier this year, which was hilarious. I saw that at a keyboard meetup over the summer, and it was hysterical. I'm like, "You made a keyboard out of concrete, dude? That's amazing." Like, I need that in my life, which was pretty crazy. So, I mean, like I said, people... I just went to a keyboard meetup called Key Life. It's actually located in Pasadena. They do it at the Pasadena Convention Center. It was earlier in September, and it's one of the largest keyboard meetups and keyboard shows on the West in the United States. They had over 1,000 people. They probably had a few thousand keyboards on display, which is amazing. I brought 15 keyboards that we put on display, and it was nice talking to people in the community, being able to put faces to people, people you see who's their Discord tag, and when you finally get to meet them in person, "Yo, I love your boards," and you're "Oh yeah, you're so and so." I'm like, "Heck yeah!" So it's awesome. So it's really kind of cool being able to do. What's up, Epic? So it's a fun time, everybody. So like I said, the main so it's really kind of cool. So you see, again, keyboard meetup again. UC Irvine, their keyboard club through their engineering school is having a keyboard meetup October 18th from 3 to 6 p.m., which is going to be really cool. It's open to the public. Anyone's able to go. And again, they're probably going to have, I'd say, I don't know, a couple hundred keyboards on display. The UC Irvine Club asked me to bring my entire collection, and I said I would be happy to bring out my entire collection. It's going to be a lot. It's a lot of weight. It's probably I don't know, if I had to weigh all my keyboards, it's probably 300 pounds of keyboards. They're really heavy because most of mine are metal. Another thing too with the keyboard hobby, I always tell people it's very much preference based. like everyone's taste in like sound and feel and like what looks good is very different. So, like my taste in terms of like what I likes in like a paint job, keycap colors, the sound, the feel is going to be different from someone else. So I always tell, and that's the cool thing about keyboard shows, if you're a newer person who's trying to explore the hobby, it's kind of hard to get it from like YouTube videos or sound tests or seeing people build boards on Twitch. So it's really good to like go to keyboard meetups, and you can actually meet people from the community who have been in it for a while, and also you can maybe try keyboards that you're potentially interested in doing. So that's the one thing that's really, really nice. The keyboard hobby is in like a really good spot right now, and there's a lot of really cool people who are doing some really, really cool stuff. I mean, and again, like I said, I've been in the hobby for a couple of years, and I only recently started putting stuff on YouTube and Twitch. People just kind of told me, hey, you got some cool stuff. Why don't you just start posting just for fun? And that's what I did. So it would be really cool. But like I said, again, the UC Irvine meetup is going to be really cool. So again, we'll be there October 18th from 3 to 6 p.m., which with the UC Irvine students, which is going to be really nice. And again, they asked me to bring out the entire collection. So I think we're probably going to be bringing, I got to count, probably 30 plus keyboards. Probably 30 to 40 keyboards we're probably going to be bringing out realistically. And we'll probably even be bringing out some ones that are unbuilt. Like I have a bunch of builds that are just waiting on parts. So I'll probably just bring out boards that are unbuilt, because like even those boards people probably have never seen. Like I have a lot of stuff that's like really rare. Some people have only ever seen in pictures or seen in YouTube videos. So it's kind of cool for people to like kind of see like the boards they've only ever seen in pictures or only ever heard about. So I mean, we got boards themed after cars. I got boards themed after cars. I got the SpongeBob build, which is hilarious. I always take the SpongeBob build out because that is a fan favorite. Everyone loves the SpongeBob build. I mean, it's fun. Like I said, like keyboards are fun, and I just tell people too, like check Facebook Market, like check Marketplace. Like you go on Facebook, like Facebook Marketplace, you can find people like offloading keyboards for like dirt cheap. Like that's always a really good one. You just tell the person, yo, can we meet like a Starbucks or something? So there's a lot of really great ways to get into the hobby for not a lot of money. I mean, there's a lot of companies too that make really good keyboards for like sub $100. Like I have a couple of them that I picked up recently that are like really, really on the more affordable end. So there's a lot of really nice thing. I mean, also too, those of you who may be looking to like keyboard content careers, one content career gets a lot of criticism of the more experienced people. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, SpongeBob. Oh my God, SpongeBob one's amazing. Holy cow. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, SpongeBob one. So yeah, this is the SpongeBob build. Everyone always asks. We take this one out. It's always a fan favorite. SpongeBob is always a great time. This one, I gotta plug it in so you can to really get the effect for this board. You gotta plug it in. So there we go, and you can see our SpongeBob GIF. He is mocking you, the SpongeBob chicken GIF. There we go. So it has the little lights right there. We have the little SpongeBob GIF. But yeah, this is a $65 SpongeBob themed keycap set on a $600 keyboard. This is a very expensive keyboard. This is like $600. Really cool keyboards from a company called Matrix Labs. They're based out of China. They're just kind of known for making these kind of over-the-top, kind of in-your-face, really ridiculous designs. So their stuff is not cheap. So I mean, if you see this keyboard, like, yo, I like that. I'm like, it's $600. So their keyboards, most of their keyboards are north of $500. Like they're not cheap. So, but yeah, this is a really cool board. It's called the Navi. I picked it up aftermarket, but I got it for this particular keycap set. So, really cool one. I love taking this one out. It's a fan favorite. Like every keyboard meetup we go to, like everyone is picking this board up. Everyone's taking pictures. Everyone like laughs their butt off at the GIF. So it's really cool. So everyone really, really loves that one. So yeah, SpongeBob build, one of my favorite like themed builds I've done. So really, really fun little board. So. But yeah, SpongeBob build's fun. I mean, we got some. I got Initial D. We got anime builds, so which is fun. I got a couple anime builds we've done, so we'll definitely be taking those out to the meet, which will be really cool. But yeah, a lot of really cool boards. Yeah, SpongeBob build is always a pretty good one. So there we go. We got 2 more stabilizers we got to do, and then we'll screw in these stabilizers to the actual keyboard. So yeah, so it's a good time, everybody. But yeah, this is a full keyboard rebuild. I had to tear this keyboard down because I'm swapping the switches, I'm swapping the stabilizers. It's something that's a little more appropriate for this particular keyboard, and it's going to be pretty good. But yeah, this is also like keyboard is a one of one. There's no other keyboard like this one we're building. There's no other one like it. It is unique to me. We had it custom coated. So I had a custom Cerakote. Again, those of you know may not know what Cerakote is. It's kind of like powder coating. It's an industrial coating that's very resistant to like scratches and heat. Cerakote is very popular in like car parts and also like military firearms because again, like firearms and car parts experience a lot of heat. So Cerakote's really great for that. But another thing I like with Cerakote is it produces a lot of really nice, vibrant colors. So it's pretty cool. So there's a really kind of nice thing in terms of like the coating and whatnot. But yeah, this board we're working on right now is custom Cerakoted. So that truly makes it a one of one. And it also has a very it has a very rare keycap set that was made that's over 10 years old. So a really rare keycap set called DCS Alpine Winter. Really, really cool set. But yeah, we're just kind of putting this board together. So we're just getting all this lube in here. And then we're going to get these stabilizers put together. So again, we're doing a switch swap and a stabilizer swap on this particular board for the UC Irvine keyboard show on October 18th. So, and again, we're doing a sponsored stream tomorrow. Towards the end of the stream, again, I'll definitely show you what we're going to build on the stream tomorrow for one of the sponsored builds we're doing. So we're doing a sponsored keyboard build and review, which is going to be super sick. So I got 2 of the prototypes from this company sent out, and it's going to be really sick showing off that one. So, all right, cool. F everybody. I know it's crazy. So yeah, everyone, again, like I said, this Twitch stream is always public information. Everybody, again, this is a public square in the internet. Anyone, my big stance on the keyboard hobby is this is open to everybody. Again, the keyboard hobby is for everybody, young, old, every walk of life, every background. We use computers are a big part of our world. Gaming on computers could not be more popular these days, and I'm of the opinion if you're going to be utilizing a computer, whether it be for work, video games, fun, like get a nice custom keyboard that represents who you are. Like keyboards really kind of blew up during COVID when people were stuck at home. People were either working from home or they were just in front of their computers playing video games, which that's what I did. That's what I did during COVID. I played a bunch of video games. So like I said, so that's what kind of got me into keyboards. So like it's really cool. So they're fun tools, and it's a nice way to kind of make your desk look awesome, your gaming setup look awesome, and also just express who you are as a person. So I mean, also not everyone has to be crazy like me and have like a bajillion, thousand, million keyboards. But it's just a fun hobby, and they're all neat, and they're all a little bit different. So, I mean, how did I get into keyboards? So, like, I've been into PC gaming for many years. I've been into PC gaming since I was in college, and it's a fun time. Like, I started playing PC games when I was in college. I built my own gaming PC, and I was gonna rebuild my gaming PC. I built my first gaming PC in 2015. And I was supposed to rebuild it in like late 2019, early 2020, and then COVID hit. So I held on to my gaming PC a lot longer than I thought I should have. So I held on to my game PC until like 2023. And then my gaming PC like finally died. Like it just started failing. I'm like, okay, I got to rebuild my PC. So I rebuilt my PC, and my buddy had just rebuilt his PC, and he got a custom mechanical keyboard. And I went over to his place and I tried it. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. How do I get one? And he kind of gave me some information and some pages on Reddit and Discord and YouTubers to like follow. So I did my research, and I purchased my first mechanical keyboard in like November of 2023, and that just kind of got me into it. So I really, really deep dived into the hobby in 2025. And like I said, I only really got into the content creation side and just posting what the heck I do back in like June of this year. So I've been in the hobby for a couple of years, but there's also people who have been in this hobby like since like 2010 or late 2000s, early 2010s. So some people have been in this hobby for a ridiculously long time. So like when I go to the keyboard shows, it's kind of cool meeting the people who are kind of like OGs and have been in this space for a really, really long time. So it's pretty crazy. So hey Epic, it's all good, dude. I'm like I said, like dude, I don't care. Have fun in the chat, everybody. So first custom keyboard, I mean I can show it. So yeah, Epic, it's all good, dude. First custom for me, I can show y'all. So I mean, we're on here. It's gonna be a longer stream anyway. I don't care. I honestly don't care. Epic, thanks, man. I don't care, dude. I could care less. Have fun in the Twitch. I tell Twitch chat, have fun. I don't care. But it's fun. But yeah, literally, this is my first keyboard. So this is a keyboard. It's a 10 keyless, so it's like a full size, but has no number pad. As you can see, there's no numpad. But this is from a company called KBD Fans, and this is called the KBD Fans KBD 8X Mark III. I brought this one into work before, so this one is also, I had it custom Cerakoted. So this has been turned into a one-of-one keyboard. So we did a custom Cerakote with green, which is really cool. So we have this custom green Cerakote on it, which is really cool. And then we have this steel weight that takes up most of the bottom. I also had that custom Cerakoted. So this is a sentimental board for me. It's not expensive. This board's like $200. You can still buy this keyboard, just not in this colorway because this is a custom color. But this is my first ever board. And this is a never sell board for me. Like, this is the board that got me into the hobby. It didn't look like this, of course, when I got it. Again, it was black, and I had a really basic keycap set I got from China. This keycap set's called GMK Nuclear Data, and that's what I kind of themed the Cerakote to. And also we have these switches. These are linear switches from a company called TTC. These are called the TTC Ace V2 switches. Really, really nice switch, very clacky. So really, really awesome board. This is a never sell for me. Let me put it this way, folks. So, like, everything is relative and within this hobby. So, like, this is what most people in the hobby would consider like a more budget keyboard, around $200. Like, anything below $200 for price point is going to be on what we call the budget side. When you get north of $200, which there are portions of the keyboard market that are above $200, those are when you're more like mid-range to kind of higher end keyboards. So this is kind of an interesting thing. So, like, again, I say it so nonchalantly, but again, I primarily deal with a lot of the super high-end keyboards. Like, we're talking keyboards north of $500-$600. Like, I'll show you a keyboard right here. Like this one right here. This is called a Linworks Dolphin Max. Like, this keyboard is pretty interesting because this keyboard is about $600. Like, full sizes are awesome, but they're really, really expensive. So like this board has this massive brass weight. This thing weighs a ton. But again, this is like an example of like a super, super high end, super expensive keyboard. So that's something we can just kind of see how we kind of do it. So yeah, so someone said spray coat on. So yeah, like Cerakote, you do spray it on, but Cerakote has to be done professionally. So like this green keyboard, I can't, it's too far away. I'm too lazy to get up. But like that green keyboard I showed, like it technically is sprayed on, but you can't do it yourself. Like there's a lot of specialized equipment you need to do Cerakote. It's very different from like spray painting. Cerakote, you spray it on and you have to basically stick it in this massive oven that cooks the coating onto the metal. So it's a very, very involved process, and Cerakote is an art form. So it's very easy to mess up. And it's also, you need like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment for that particular coating process. So, and also Cerakote's very expensive. I mean, there's a reason Cerakote's primarily used for like industrial applications, car parts, firearms, things like that. Because again, those things just are inherently very, very expensive, and they need a very tough coating. Like Cerakote realistically is overkill for keyboards. I like Cerakote because it looks really good and you get a lot of really vibrant colors. Like when I first brought a keyboard to my Cerakote guy, he looked at me like I was crazy because my Cerakote guy, again, he mainly does car parts and like law enforcement firearms. And he said, like, that's really, like, I said, it's metal, dude. It's the same as a car part. It's the same as an engine. And whatnot. And he said, okay, cool. So I brought him a keyboard, and I went in there. The last keyboard I dropped off with him, there were a couple keyboards in his shop on his desk. So people had seen stuff I'd done on like Reddit and Discord and like on Twitch, and they did it, which is really cool. So yeah, but it's fun, everybody. Like I said, my chat, it's a fun time, everybody. Like I said, chat's always a fun time. But yeah, like I said, it's a fun time, everybody. So we have fun, but yeah. It's a really good time, everybody, but yeah, we're having fun, everyone. So, like I said, with chat, I'm like, yeah, cool, awesome, have fun with it, everybody. Like I said, it's a good time. So yeah, so good times, everybody, good times. Let me answer sorry. Oh, cool. I gotta do a Discord DM. Give me a second. All right, let me just send a message. Sorry about that, friends. Alright, it's all good. So we got that one. We're just going to do this wire, and then we should be pretty good. So it's a good time, everybody. So yeah, we're having fun, everybody. Like Twitch chat, you guys are wild down there. And I'm, yeah, have fun with it, everybody. Alright, cool. Like I said, Twitch chat is wild. So we'll figure it out. There we go. Awesome. Alright, cool. Good times, everybody. So we're just figuring that one out. You guys are interesting. So, all right, cool. All right, we got our 4 main stabilizers done. So we're going to put that main stabilizer lubricant away. Oh, yeah. So give me a second, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. There we go, everybody. So, I mean, budget keyboard, cred. What I can show you a budget keyboard. I mean, cred. While we're taking a breather on that one. I mean, budget. I'll show you one that's cool. So, I mean, this is a cool keyboard. This is an aluminum keyboard, but this is called a Test 65. It's my Breaking Bad build, which is pretty cool. So, air quote budget. I mean, this board sold for $65. Which is really cool. So you bought the keyboard kit, and all you had to do is supply keycaps and switches. So I think all in for this keyboard, we're like at $80, which is pretty sick. I got the, which is pretty cool. So this keyboard is awesome. Like one of my friends who's in here has built one of these keyboards as well. This is my personal one. This is a really cool keyboard. So it's my Breaking Bad keyboard. So you got like the Heisenberg right here. You got the Heisenberg lettering. You got the Breaking Bad logo. Of course, we have the science bitch right here, which is pretty cool. But really cool keyboard. But like I think literally less than $100 I built this thing for. So really cool board. Yeah, we got the little Walter White drawing right there. So fantastic board. Again, it's a really awesome board, and again, you can get this thing for like literally less than $100, and it's full metal, it's full aluminum. You get a steel weight in it. Like this is probably one of the coolest budget, air quote budget keyboards you can get for less than $100. And I tell people, if you're on a tight budget, like look for this board. You can get it from a website called DiviniKey. Like all in less than $100, and it's fantastic. So like this is a really cool keyboard, and again, it's another one of my fun like themed builds. I love Breaking Bad, one of my all-time favorite shows, so it's just a nice little fun kind of build we got there. So another kind of fun one, everybody. Here we go. All right, let's get that PCB back over here, and we're gonna put these in here, everybody. So there we go. So we're not doing a spacebar cherry mix stabilizers. Yeah, I have 275. Where at? I got right there. I got them right there. 2 of my 75s are right there. I got 3 of them in the collection. 75s are, again, like I said, I'm mainly into high-end stuff, so I only really have, there's not that many high-end 75% keyboards on the market, so I have 3 of them, which is pretty cool, so they're fun. 75s are a super dope layout. I think for usability, 75s are probably one of the best layout. Oh, under 20. So again, if you want a fun YouTuber recommendation, folks, again, his name, there's a YouTuber by the name of Hippio Tech. Within the keyboard space, some people kind of give him a little bit of criticism or whatnot, but I think he's a really fun guy. But look up the YouTuber Hippio Tech. What's really cool about him, his whole thing is like super having fun in the keyboard hobby on a super tight budget, or having no budget. Like he does videos where like, okay, I have $10, let's build a cool mechanical keyboard. Or like he says, like he's done builds where they literally put sand inside a keyboard and whatnot. So like he does some really cool stuff and really fun stuff on like literally like no money, which is really cool. So Hippio Tech is a really fun YouTuber. We keep trying to get him. He's based on the East Coast. We try to get him to come out. We try to get him to come out to some of the keyboard meets out here. But he's just that guy's just so busy. But like really fun keyboard content creator who does stuff that's really tailored to people who are more like new or brand new to the hobby, and also people who are on a really tight budget or have no budget. Like, so, and that's the thing I tell people, like, and also just, again, search online. Like, there's people giving away keyboards all the time that are super low priced. So you can find some really good deals if you search on like Facebook Marketplace or things like that, and find some really amazing things, which is really sweet. So we're screwing in these ones. Yeah, again, Hippio Tech, I don't know why he gets the hate he does from the more enthusiast circles. I mean, Hippio Tech has never marketed himself as a content creator who is going to deal with high-end keyboard stuff. Like, if I want high-end keyboard content, I'm going to go to, like, Teja Types. I'm going to go to Norbauer. I'm going to go to Andy Wynn. I'm going to go to Keyboard. Like, there's plenty of people within the YouTube and Twitch space who focus on, like, the super high-end keyboards, the super bespoke, expensive stuff. Hippio has done I give Hippio Tech credit because he makes his content accessible And many people who have gotten into the hobby started by watching Hippotech videos. So like I really respect Hippotech for what he's done for the hobby and help it grow in bringing in a lot of people and making the hobby accessible to everyone. Because the thing that's funny, we also talk about the hobby is like, again, like for me, I'm mainly into the high-end keyboard stuff, but I tell people like, you can have fun in this hobby for little to no money. Like you can find a keyboard, you could go to like a thrift store and find a used keyboard and have fun with it and mod it and or spray paint it or do something crazy. So that's the thing I think is really kind of cool. Yeah, so it's really kind of cool. Yeah, but yeah, so I mean, I actually will be doing some build raffles in the future. So we're just working on sourcing parts and whatnot. But yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing some keyboard raffles in the future and giving away some stuff like. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout. And again, I'm gonna talk to some of my friends on different Discord servers and figure out what's the best, like there's like an app or a software we can use to make the raffle or giveaway the most fair possible. So that's what we're gonna kind of do with it. But yeah, like I said, there's a ton of great people in the content creation space. And again, big and small. Hippio would probably be one of the bigger content creators, but also someone like Glarsis is hilarious. Like if you want someone who just does like pure comedy gold within like tech and like keyboards, look up Glarsis videos. That guy is hilarious. Like he just did a video he built the world's biggest keyboard and he did it for like a Guinness World Record and it was absolutely hilarious. So like, yeah, Glarsis is like another fun one. Yeah, I think too, yeah, I think I'm definitely going to do, I'm working on it. I want to do an Alps build for a giveaway. And I'm working with Careless to figure out like what's a really good one. Hey dude, you're almost there, dude. That's nice. This is fun too. Like I said, like I'm at 220 right now. Like I said, I never did this for the followers. I never did this for the views. I'm just doing this to put the information out there and just share it with people and just to have fun. Like at the end of the day, that's like the big thing I want to see. So honestly, here's the thing also too. I tell people when I do client commissions or I do boards for people, I always make sure that the board is pristine and immaculate. Again, the board doesn't have to be a lot of money. But the board should be in good working condition. Like one thing I do, like I've done a lot of boards for people who pay me to like source all the parts, do the assembly, and then mail the board to them. I thoroughly test the boards and I make sure everything on that board is perfect. Because when I send that board to that person, I want to make sure that when they get the board, they take it out of the box, they put it on their desk, they plug the USB cable in, and it's plug and play, and they never have to think about it. That's the big thing about me because I'm putting my name and my integrity out there. Even if I do a board I'm giving away, I'm going to make sure even if it's not an expensive board, it's going to be a board that I know works 100% and that the person who gets it is never going to have a problem with it. So that's the thing. So but yeah, I'm definitely working on some boards that are a little more budget. To definitely either give away on stream or like put that out there on like the Instagram or put on some of the Discord servers too. So, oh yeah, dude, the M0115 is a beautiful board. It's funny, Epic. I have a M115 that's coming in. I'm gonna because I gave you my case that was in this board. But again, because the case I was originally gonna give you, there's this visible crack up here, and there's just problems with this case. So I found an M0115 with a super clean case for a good price. So I'm finally gonna case swap this, and I think I'm gonna do something crazy with the internals of that board, and kind of repurpose it for something else like really cool in the hobby. So I'm finally happy to get like my M0015 to have it. It's a weird case. So like you're looking at this one. So this is an old keyboard. This is from Apple from 1986. So this came with Apple's old Macintosh computers in the 1980s. So it looks weird because it's like 40 years old. So this is a very, very old keyboard. Oh, it's older than everyone in this chat. It's older than me. So a really, really cool one. I like retro keyboards. So this is a really... Apple does not make keyboards like this anymore, but really, really cool board. It sounds amazing. It feels great. Like this is an awesome, awesome keyboard. Again, it looks weird, especially if you look at like my little the side profile. It's very, very weird, and it's just massive, but it's awesome. I love this thing. Again, you can see it in the background on the wall back here. I got the big one, and I got its little brother. The little brother of that big keyboard I showed is right here, so it's little. So I love it. Oh yeah, it's great. I love it. Great board. And again, those Apple keyboards were like the workhorses of their day. Like again, I love Epic you're using as a daily driver because those keyboards were in schools, they were in colleges, they were in businesses, government offices. Like those keyboards were the workhorses of their day. Like those things were used and abused for decades. Like most of the 1980s, most of the 1990s, Like those keyboards were everywhere, at workstations and libraries, schools, businesses, people's homes, and those keyboards were tools people used to interact with their computers. So really, really cool board. I love those old Apple keyboards. I'm working on sourcing another Apple keyboard that's different from these two. Oh God, how many keyboards? I mean, I've made a ton. Like I've lost track how many I've built. I've been in this hobby for almost 2 years, and I've built a ton of freaking keyboards, both for myself, friends, family, and client commissions. So there we go, folks. We got our stabilizers in here. So we're not putting our space bar in because I'll explain it when we get to the space bar of why we're not putting the space bar in, because it is kind of weird on this particular board. So we're going to put these screws in, and then we're just going to tune up these stabilizers before we get everything going. So we're almost to the fun part where we get to like actually start really putting these switches in. I mean, like I said, like I built a ton. There's a ton of boards. There's a ton of great boards out there. And like I said, there's something for everybody. Again, if you want to spend a much crap load of money or you have zero budget, like there's a ton of great boards that you can do for not a lot of money. So that's like the kind of cool, really kind of cool and really great thing about the hobby. You can access the hobby in a wide variety of different ways. Which is cool. Oh yeah, dude, I'm definitely hip with the lingo, dude. It's a meme. It's an internet meme. I mean, I'm on Reddit daily and like TikTok and all that stuff, so I'm up to date with all the stuff. It's great. So it's definitely a fun one, everybody. So there we go. So we got that one, and oh, dude, I love it. It's great. So all right, so we're just gonna top off these stabilizers with a little more lubricant, just so we make sure they're not rattling, and then we should be good to go. So let's just put a little bit more lubricant on here, just to make sure that these stabilizers are good to go. And we're gonna then, again, when you build the keyboards, you want to make sure you use proper lubricant for these particular stabilizers. That's just a really kind of important thing as you kind of do this. Oh, it's great, dude. Yeah, and you're so it's a fun time, everybody. So there we go. Yeah, so we're just putting all that lubricant in there, making sure that these are all good to go. So yeah, we're just getting all, again, we just want to make, that's just another thing with keyboards. We lube our stabilizers, because if you don't lube the stabilizers, they're going to be very rattly and produce a sound that doesn't sound great. They're going to sound really nasty. So you really want to lube. So those of you maybe are interested in building a keyboard for yourself, make sure you lube, again, you add like electronic safe lubricant to your stabilizers. Because you can't just use any type of lubricant, because some lubricants are harmful to the circuit board. So you just want to make sure the lubricant that you're using is going to be safe for electronics. But there we go. I'm just making sure everything is all nice right here. Just making any excess lubricant we don't want there. So there we go, friends. So there we go. We got our stabilizer. Let's get our plate back. And we're going to put our plate back on here. So we're going to put that plate back on here. Again, this is an Alps build, but it's a hybrid because we're using DCS keycap. Alps normally have their own kind of pattern of stabilizer, but for these particular switches, we need to use our own. So, all right, I'm going to get my clips for my space bar and put those in first before we get these switches in. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's a fun time, everybody. So we have a good time. There we go, friends. So it's a good time, everybody. So we go there, and then we're going to put these clips in. So our space bar is actually not going to use Cherry stabilizers. It's going to use Alps stabilizers today, but we're going to get it going. So there we go, friends. So, all right. So we got it in there. Perfect. And then we're going to put switches. And again, I'll kind of go over switches that we're going to utilize today. And just put some of my lubricant stuff away just so I can get it out of the way. Perfect. So we're going to be working with White Alps. So Epic, we're actually going with the switches. I'm putting the switches, we're swapping from Amber Alps. So we're going from Amber Alps, which I want to use these for a different project, to White Alps. So Epic, we're putting the ones that I'm putting the same switches I put in your build in this particular board, which is going to be super sick. So we're going to get these ones in here. And this should be a relatively quick build. Now that we're done, we got the hard work done. So we should I'd say we probably should be done maybe at the 2 hour, 30-minute mark. Oh, dude, I love White Alps. They're so good for what they are. So that's like they're like so fantastic. I love White Alps. They're an amazing, probably one of my favorite switches next to Blue Alps. Like these get you the sound and feel of Blue Alps without the premium of Blue Alps. So these switches are called White Alps. So they're a clicky switch. So they're a clicky switch. So when you press down, you hear an actual audible click, and you also hear a little bump, which is really kind of cool. So these are not Cherry MX switches. You can see they're very different. They have like little they look like little rectangles. So these switches are actually older than me. These are from the early 1990s. So, which is pretty cool. So, so these are called Alps SKCM White, and they're clicky switches. So we're gonna fire up the soldering iron because I want to solder these switches in. And oh my god, that soldering iron would have burned my fingers off. That's not good. There we go. So we want to solder these switches in, and then we're gonna focus on tuning the stabilizers, and then we'll really get this show going. So let's flip this puppy around and let's get these switches soldered in, and then we'll start doing some testing of these switches. So again, the soldering iron is heating up. So soldering iron, this tip is probably 800 degrees. So I definitely don't want to burn. I definitely don't want to burn off my fingers on this one. So, which I totally have done, by the way. I've actually, like, I'd say like earlier in the year I was doing soldering, and my finger touched the soldering iron tip for like a good like second, and there was a chunk of my like index finger that was gone for like a month. It sucked. Like the top 2 layers of my skin are gone. It sucked. So I had to have like a bandage around my finger for the whole time. So yeah, so it's pretty good. So Taki. Oh, I mean, Welvin, are they any good? Are they as good as the OG? Like that's the real question. So we're just gonna again go through. So we're gonna start. Oh, I get my soldering vent going, and then we're gonna go. So yeah, so we got the hard part of this build done. So we're just gonna get thing. Oh yeah. Oh no, I did not. Fingerprints came back. So we're gonna start soldering this one. But yeah, it sucked. Don't burn. Dude, Takis are great, dude. All right, let me just do this one. We're just applying our switches right now. We're just soldering 5 switches into place just to kind of hold everything down. And then we'll kind of go from there and figuring out what exactly we're going to do with it. Cool. Alright. Let's see what we're doing. Alright, cool. We want to... Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that is terrible. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, we got the soldering. We're just making sure all of these are properly seated in here. That looks a lot better. Cool. Good times. Those are good. Perfect. All right, we got our switches in there. So we're essentially what we're doing, this solder melts at about 400 degrees Celsius. So essentially what you do is, again, you place this down in the keyboard, and then you touch the solder to it, and that melts the solder, and that makes connection for the electronics. So that's essentially what we're doing. So we're soldering them in. So this is very different from like a board that would be hot swap. So again, this is not hot swap. This is what I would call an advanced keyboard build. This is not for a beginner keyboard builder. This is much more advanced. But like I tell people though, if someone wants to do solder for their first keyboard, I fully support it. It's just you got to buy the equipment. So you got to buy like a soldering iron. You want to buy a little fan because the fumes that come off of this you don't want to be breathing. Yeah, hot swap is. I'll be completely honest. Hot swap is. There's nothing wrong with hot swap. But when you get into like the higher end, super enthusiast, like really expensive keyboards, solder is going to be the only option. So like a lot of the keyboards that I'm into do not have a hot swap option. Soldering it's just, you got to know what honestly, it's pretty easy to pick up. You just got to be really careful. This tip right here is about 800 degrees. So it's very, very hot. So this will burn through your skin if you're not careful. So you don't want to touch your when this is on, you don't want to be touching your fingers to this because again, it's going to be crazy. Oh, dude, the Detour 40 is going to be a sick little board. I love me some 40%. That's going to be a sick little board. So yeah, soldering, you just got to take your time. Don't rush it. And just be, you just got to get a feel for it. And it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So, but yeah, soldering, it's a good time. Like, especially if you want to do like other electronics hobbies, like working on computers or whatnot. There's a lot of really great ways to get involved with tech. We're just adding some solder here, so we're just making sure everything is going good. All right. Cool. Alright, we're just fixing these last couple of switches. and then we'll do some testing. All right, give me a second, friends. All right, we got those soldered in. Perfect. All right, we're gonna take a breathe. All right, there we go. All right, cool. All right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. Oh, dude, Q1 of next year. Heck yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm not doing any type of shout outs right now for folks, but yeah, it's really cool. So again, really cool. So we got these. So I'll tell you my kind of methodology for soldering, especially with these ones. I usually do the stabilized keycaps and make sure the stabilizers are working. And then once those stabilizers work, then we solder in the rest of the switches. So I want to get my stabilized keycaps out, and I want to do some tests on those, make sure my stabilizers are working properly. So I'll kind of explain what why we use stabilizers on keyboards, because it is really it's an important part of the build process. So let me put the rest of my keycaps back. There we go. All right, so perfect, everybody. So again, part of the reason we stabilize our keycaps, you look under the big key, any keycaps that are bigger than like a standard one, they need to be stabilized. If you don't stabilize so essentially, if you just were to put, if I were to put this like the space bar on, like, if I press over here, it's wobbling. So you can see it's wobbling. So, but if I press in the center, it's good. But so what the stabilizer does is it fully stabilizes the keycap. So wherever you press the keycap, it'll press the switch or the button down. So that's it's pretty good. So it just depends. So it's pixelated just because the signal can be crap sometimes. That's just kind of how it goes. But again, we stabilize keycaps, especially these really big keycaps like the spacebar. Just because that's just how we do it. Sorry about that. I gotta pull. Oh, that's so tough. That's a tough one. But yeah, folks, that's why we stabilize our keycaps. It just we do that so again our stabilizers aren't wobbly like this. So it's pretty cool. So that's what we do it. But I'm gonna put these stabilizers on these smaller keys, and then we'll work on the space bar. That's kind of the. Oh, you gotta be crapping me. That one's not good. All right, give me a minute. Huh. Give me a second. Yeah, so let's try my enter first. Why is that being weird? Yeah, this is an old set, so we just gotta be careful because these are old keycaps. All right, so there we go. That one is going good. All right, that one's going good. Let's do this one, just test them. That one's going good. Backspace is looking good. And why is this one being weird? Huh. Why is this one being funky? Give me a second. Stabilizer's being weird. Give me a second, everybody. That's really weird. Why is it doing that? Huh. Looks all good to me. Huh. Stabilizer's being weird. Like, those are working. Huh. It's fun, everybody. Why is it doing that? Huh. Okay, I may have to pull out the solder gun and look at the stabilizer, because that's not working right. Well, that's frustrating. Yeah, that's really weird. I gotta check the stabilizer, because I don't think that one's put together right, because that should not be doing that. So, we're gonna... I don't know if it's a bent wire, but we're definitely gonna have to I mean, thankfully we only have 5 freaking switches on here. So, let me get the desoldering gun out. I think I have to swap out the filter on it too. So yeah, definitely a bent wire. I don't know if it's a bent wire. We're going to figure it out. But like I said, it's nice that there's only like 5 switches on here. Because if I had to desolder a whole freaking keyboard again, I would lose my brain. Lose my mind right now. So we're just pulling these out right now. There we go. Cool. All right, we'll put those stabilized caps to the side. Let's fire this puppy up. And then let me swap out my filter on this puppy. So let me just pull it out, and we're going to go there. Oh, my gosh, someone's back. Look at that. Have fun, everybody. Oh, yeah, that's fried. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. I always do the stabs, especially on Alps. Always do the freaking stabs first. It just makes life so much easier. See, that's all gunked up and clogged up. I need to order more filters for this stinking thing. Yes. Oh, God. Favorite? God, you sound like Charlie if it's always sunny in Philadelphia. What's your favorite type of cheese? I don't know. Gosh, what is it? I don't know. American or cheddar, probably, because I'm basic. But, yeah. Good times. Holy cow. Let's put that filter on. There we go. Perfect. That should make everything nice and happy on this machine. Perfect. Perfect. Just making sure everything looks good. We're going to get that one going. So, good times. Yeah, we should be out of here, I'd say, at the 2.5 hour mark. I'm not going to be on here as long as I thought we would be, which is good. I just knew yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, did I not turn this thing on? Ah, it would have helped if I properly plugged it in. There we go. I didn't plug it in. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's desolder these things. God dang, I don't want to solder switches again, but yeah. Hey. Hey, blueberry muffins from Costco. Choice. Costco blueberry muffins, y'all. That's the way to do it. All right. Give me a second. All right, let's do this. All right, letting this thing heat up. Again, we're heating this thing up to about, I don't know, 800 degrees. So, fun times. So once that red light turns off, then we'll be able to get into it. So, should be a fun time. Alright, give me a minute. I gotta check it. Dude, any Costco food is peak, dude. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, so, hey, Epic. Yo, do you know that guy who wanted to pay 2 Bitcoin for a unicorn commission? Someone on Discord just messaged me and said it sold. So this rich guy, someone literally just bought a keyboard for $250,000. I'm like, you people are ridiculous. I mean, this is just my Discord DMs. It's one of my Discord friends. My Discord is literally up there, people. Like, you look on the overlay, it's on the, it's like, it's right there. So, yeah, dude, someone paid $250,000 for a keyboard. Yeah, Epic, I'll forward it to you. I'll forward you the message. I'm losing my mind right now. Holy cow. I'm going to forward it to you on Discord, Epic. But just so you can see the message, I'm like losing my mind right now. Like, why? That is insane. Dude, $250,000 for a freaking keyboard that like originally sold for like $500. Like, holy cow, that's insane. Oh yeah, if you're throwing like $250,000 around like it's nothing for a keyboard, you're insanely wealthy. Like we're talking like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos money. Like that's a whole nother level of like I have like screw you money. Like that's insane. Yeah, so I gotta decide these. Check that stab. Yeah, that's insane to me. Holy cow. I can't believe someone spent $250,000 on a freaking keyboard. What the hell? Excuse my language, bro. Holy cow, that's just insane to me. Like, yeah, that's just a whole nother level of like, I hate you. I have an insane amount of money. Like, that's crazy. Like, no offense, if someone has the money, it's like all the power to you, but that's just kind of crazy. Because, like, I don't know, like I said, even within like the expensive keyboard space, like, you're considered like absurdly rich in the hobby if you spend like north of like $500 on a keyboard. So the fact that like someone just look, yeah, dude, Welvin, isn't that crazy? So like $250,000 for a freaking keyboard is like absurd to me. Like, again, I want a unicorn. I'm not paying aftermarket. It's a tray mount 60% keyboard. There's nothing like special about it. It just got hyped to death during COVID, and now everyone just wants one. And as we saw today, people are gonna pay ungodly amounts of money for it, which is just insane to me. So like I'm just crazy. I still can't wrap my head that someone paid that much money for one. So yeah, I'm just trying to get these stabs out of here. Give me a second. Fun. Okay, we gotta like extra pull these out. Let's try this again. Damn, these are tough. Didn't really want to desolder more switches here, but but yeah, it's why you always check your I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Like I cannot wrap my head around that level of like just weight. I mean, like I said, like I love this hobby. I don't ever recommend someone spend more than like. Even for like super, super high-end bespoke boards, I legitimately think if you go north of $1,000 for a keyboard, I think you're insane. Like the people who spend like $1,000+ on like Kohakus and unicorns are insane to me. Like or like Janes. Like certain boards, I kind of get it. Like if you find like original OTD boards or like original like old school like South Korean stuff, cool, I get it. But even like really rare OTDs go for like $6,000-$7,000. Yes, I just said 6-7. Sorry guys, but like usually like an OTD goes for about $5,000 to $7,000. Like that's still insane to me, but it's not $250,000 insane. Like that's another level of just insanity to me. That's just kind of crazy. So we got to get creative to pull these switches out. God dang it. Yeah, so 67. I know it's funny, everybody. Okay, how are we pulling this puppy out? Give me a second, man. I might be in a little bit of a pickle here, trying to figure out why this stab isn't working, but it's fine, everybody. Hey, that's why we do everything live on stream, so you can kind of see my struggles and my pain. Let me see. Give me a second. Okay, that might be part of my problem. Okay, let's try that again. All right, let's try that. All right. All right, let's try this again. All right. All right. All right, let's try this again. Okay, got that part out. All right, let's see if I can get this side out. All right, got one of them out. Look at that. Honestly, I might just leave these ones in and just pull the stabilizer out that way. I think I might have gotten some alignment issues with this one, so let's pull this. Let me pull this one out. So let me pull this one out, and we'll see what we can do. So, like I said, okay. It's so weird. There's nothing wrong with the stabilizer. That's so weird. Like, so weird why that wasn't working. This is so weird. What is up with the stabilizer? Alright. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But there's nothing wrong with it. That's so weird. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna redo it. I don't know what's up with that. I might do this one first and figure it out. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this one. We're gonna see. So, yeah, I don't know, man. That's so weird. Alright, give me a minute. Just gotta pull something off of this pin right here. Alright, that one's toast. Alright. Favorite food? Pizza. Without question. Alright, let me just see. Give me a minute. These two switches might be fried. So let's... Okay, before I solder a switch in, let's do a test. Let's do like a proper test of these and see what the heck is going on here, because I really need this. Yeah, it might be Epic. I think you might be right. Oh, favorite song? Anything by Motorhead. So, anything by Motorhead. Lemmy Forever. So, that is so weird. Okay, that is really weird because it shouldn't be doing that. Oh, Through the Fire and Flames? Dude, I love Dragon Force. I do want to see them eventually. I have yet to see them as a big metalhead. Like, Guitar Hero, dude, that was like my jam back in the day, dude. Back when we were younger. Heck yeah, dude. Alright. I'm going to see what's up with that. That is so weird. Okay, I just want to see if I can get this one out. Okay, got that one out. Let's get this one out. Almost there. I need to pull all these stabilizers out, so I need to... Used to play Fortnite back in college. I gave up because I'm horrible at it. Used to play. Not anymore. My Fortnite days are well beyond me. But do love the game, though. It's a lot of fun. I'm just horrible at it. My friends, I would always die, and then my friends would have to carry me and make up for my lack of playing ability in that game, so good times. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we gotta pull all these stabs out. God dang it. Not looking forward to that. Okay, there's some kind of clog. We gotta figure it out, because that's not good. Alright, give me a second. Oh, dude, PUBG was fire. I loved PUBG back in the day. Cool, just getting all this solder that's coming out. Good times. Alright. Just gotta clean our machinery, everybody. Hey, yo, look at that. It's crazy. see if we can pull this out. There we go. Got it. Jeez, that was a pain in the ass. That's why we do these. That's why we take our time on these damn builds. All right, let's. Lord, hey, it's okay. It's part of. I mean, part of the reason I like Alps stabilizers. Yeah, let's. I want to know what's up with that because it doesn't look bent. Again, these stabs are fine. So what I want to do before I want to put the switches in. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to put these ones to the side. All right, we got our 5 stab switches. I'm just going to put them in for right now and see if it was just the plate or whatnot. Or let me clean up these holes really quick. Yeah, let me just clean up these stabilizer holes really quick. Alright, let's try this. I'm going to try them without the plate. And I really want to see what's up with this one. Oh, Borderlands 4, God, it's been... Borderlands 4 has been pretty cool. I know the big complaint people have had has been with its performance. I haven't seen a lot of that performance issue because I have a pretty beefy computer. So like my computer like has like a 4080, a 14900K. I mean the specs are from 2 years ago, but it's still a beefy computer. I have a 4080, like 64 gigs of RAM, of 14900K. Like there's nothing that like my computer really can't handle. Okay, it's working. That's so weird. Okay, let me try it with these ones. That's so weird. I mean, I wish I could do plateless on these stupid builds. Can't really do plateless with Alps, which kind of sucks, because I would love to try plateless. That's fine. Yeah. That is so weird. I mean, that's just the quirk with Alps. Ah, crap. Alright. I think we're fine for the most part here. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to pull these off. I think we're good. Alright. Alright, I'm going to put the plate back on. I don't know what the issue was. Oh, dude, I like what I have as a job right now. Like, what I do for a living, again, I'm a school teacher, but as my day job, I'm a school teacher. That's the job. That is my dream job. Like, you have good days, you got bad days, but, like, I love what I do. Like, again, being able to, like, work with young people for a living and working with them professionally is, like, one of the greatest privileges of my life. I love working with young people. I love working with students. So, like, I get to do what I love doing every day. So, it's fun. So, yeah, dude, it's a fun time, dude. Like, I love it. It's a fun job. Like I said, like, this is my 6th year teaching, so, like, I love working with young people and whatnot. It's such a rewarding gig. Is it a hard job some days? Yeah, absolutely. But, like, what job isn't? Every job has its ups and downs. Every job has its challenges. So I just want to see what is going on here. Okay. Yeah, there's something weird going on here. I don't know what it is, really. Okay. I'm just going to try the stabs without a switch. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, this is really weird. I might just swap this stab out, honestly. Like... Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, it's fun, man. Like, it's just a fun time. Like I said, like, it's a good time. Like, I love what I do, contrary to popular belief. But no, it's a fun time. It's probably one of the coolest gigs in the world. I love it. So, I think I'm just going to swap the stabilizer out. I'm going to get my lube out and just do another stabilizer because I don't have the time and I want to get this build done. So, I'm just going to get another stab out and lube that up, and then we're going to go from there. Because, yeah, that is so weird. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's up with that one. So, let me get my lubricant, my stabilizer lubricant out, and we're going to do that again. That's super weird, man. I don't know what's up with that. I didn't expect to have so much. I don't know, but, I mean, these are Type Plus stabs. Like, Type Plus stabs are pretty good for what they are. So, I've been slowly, I normally historically been a Duroc stabilizer guy, but I recently got to try like Type Plus stabs for some client builds, and I really fell in love with them. So like going forward, I just want to use I'm gonna start using Type Plus stabs in builds. So, but I've never even with my Durocs, I never had an issue like this. So, but yeah, we'll get it fixed. It's no big deal. Nothing I can't handle. So, good times. Just fixing some stuff right there. To Twitch chat, no comment. No comment. That's just life, man. No comment. It's fine. I'm just making sure. Awesome. Like I said, Twitch chat, you can go wild down there. But yeah, stuff like that, no comment. I'm like, we're having fun here, man. Everyone's different in their own way, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm trying to see what the heck's going on here. So, all right, well, didn't expect to do this, but yeah, it's fun times, everybody. So that's just, and again, this is the part of the hobby that you don't really see a lot. So again, you're just kind of dealing with those struggles. Let me just get this stab lubed up really quick. And then we'll put it in and just kind of see what the heck is up. Because that's really weird. I've never had that happen with the stabilizer before. That's so weird. Alright. Yeah, I'm not the... stabilizers are kind of the... you either love them or you hate them. It's a love-hate relationship with stabs and whatnot, so it's just, yeah, this is really weird, man. I've never had this happen. But yeah, it's interesting, so we got to pull that wire out. So it might be a wire issue too, which is so weird. Because, like, dude, we should be soldering switches right now, but I'm still dealing with stabilizers. So, yeah. Good times, everybody. Good times. There we go. Yeah, I mean, hey, at least, Epic, I hope it wasn't solder, so you're not dealing with the BS that I'm dealing with right now. I hope it wasn't a solder board, because that would have sucked. Because you can see, dealing with issues like this, like stabilizers being messed up with the solder board, at least there was only 5 switches I had soldered in, but desoldering them was kind of a pain in the butt. Alright, let's get this one cleaned up, and then we'll get a little more lube on it. Oh, yeah, dude, yeah, definitely not solder. But, dude, I've had hot swap boards I've had to tear apart because an issue came up, or I built something wrong. So, trust me, even if it's hot swap, it's still a pain in the ass tearing it down. So, yeah, dude. Honestly, like I'm so comfortable with soldering. Like I don't end the stream there. Like because I think other thing too, I like doing stuff like this, especially with like these more advanced solder builds. Is I like showing people like when a problem. Not every build is going to go to perfectly to plan. Like trust me, like all the keyboards I've built, I have all kinds of crap go wrong, and I like showing people like my struggles. So like, sorry friends, sorry. So like I show people these. There we go. Sorry about that. So like I show people the struggles that I have. So that's kind of the hard part of it. Thanks, Epic. Thanks for being fun. Thanks for keeping things fun and engaging. But yeah, so like I said, like when I deal with issues, like especially if a build doesn't go according to plan, that's one thing that's just really kind of interesting. Is what we try to we want to try and find And I want to show people like, hey, like you may have an issue that comes up. Here's how you can troubleshoot it, and here's how you can do it really good. So I know it's fun, everybody, but yeah, that's what you can kind of do. Is I want to show people like, hey, how can you fix this if you come into a problem? So like this is a problem with stabilizers, and I'm basically kind of going through my thought process of, hey, like how do I fix this? That's the kind of the interesting thing of it. So that's why I like doing these builds live, is because again, I hopefully can help someone out there who's building their own keyboard who may come through a similar issue, and probably save them a bunch of headache. But like I said, I've done enough keyboards. I'm pretty good at the troubleshooting side of it. But yeah, Frog fan, yeah, you're being, yeah. You know what you just reminded me of? It's, God, what was it? I'm trying to forget which Avengers movie it was, but like Tony Stark cusses, or no, I think it was either Tony Stark or Captain America cusses, and one of them says language, and then like later in the movie, one of them cusses again, and the other one says language. So that's like the literally just that's like the scene, like Avengers scene just like popped into my head. So like my pop culture knowledge. So let me just put in a little bit of lubricant in here really quick, and then we'll top this off, and then we'll hopefully see an improvement. If not, I may have. We're just gonna kind of see. If not, if it's something I can't fix tonight, may just shift gears and just kind of tease. Well, if I can't get this one, yeah. So, but if I can't fix this tonight on stream, I'll probably pause this one, and then I'll just kind of just give a teaser what we're gonna do tomorrow, because that build's gonna be pretty straightforward for tomorrow. Tomorrow's build is Cherry MX, super straight, super straightforward. I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm gonna know in the next like 2 minutes if this works. So, because I definitely. Okay, we're going to push that in. All right, got that in. All right, let's see. Ah, it works, everybody. Look at that. Ah, it works, friends. Oh, my God, victory. Ah, oh, my God, the satisfaction. Oh, my gosh, it works. Ah, it works. All right, let's get this build going, everybody. All right, let me just pull that space. Let me get that backspace in there. The BS. I know it works, everybody. Look at that, everyone. Ah, there we go. Good Lord, that was way more difficult than it had to be. I'm like, good God. I swear, that's, again, like I do these on stream because my intention is to help. If I can help someone with their keyboard build, like, that's awesome. Like, that's why I like doing this. In my spare time, in my free time, like, I'm just sharing my information. Yeah, now I can actually play the game. Oh, I put my oh, God. I did some big brain energy. I put my shift where the enter goes, and I put the enter where the shift goes. Man. That tells you, like, my brain is kind of, like, checking out of this. I'm like, bruh, come on. Let's put these keycaps properly where they go. Man, look at that. Just testing these, and then we can finally move on. Yay. Ah, yay. All right, cool. All right, we're done with lube, everybody. I know. Cool. Look at that, everybody. Look at that. Now we can solder these puppies in. Let's put the space bar in, too, because... Then we got to test these. Hopefully these all work. All right, let's put the solder gun to the side, because we'll probably not be seeing this again. We'll probably be seeing that tool again. Let's try this again, everybody. Let's try soldering again. All right. So I use, actually a question. So for stabilizers, I use something called Super Lube. We're going to use 2 types of lubes today. For Cherry MX, I use this Super Lube. It's called dielectric grease, so it's non-conductive, so it doesn't hurt the electronics. So there's no chance of like the electronics or the circuit board getting damaged. So I prefer to use this. Another type of lube that's really popular that we're going to use is something called 205G0. This is really popular for stabilizers and also, yeah. So it's really good. Yeah, but that's essentially what we use. Again, these lubricants, again, you really want to use, again, proper lubricant that's safe for electronics. So that's what we utilize for these particular switches. So, and stabilizer. So let's get everything going. Let's get that soldering iron in. Yeah, good old Twitch, man. I love Twitch being Twitch. It's great. So, all right, let's solder these puppies in, and we'll go from there. All right, let's turn on the vents. Let's get this going. I know, it's very scary words, everybody. Twitch is crazy. Hey, man, I just want to follow Twitch's terms of service. So, hey, I mean, I'm not monetized. I mean, at the rate I'm going, I probably will get monetized probably within the next 6 months or so. But I don't care for monetization. I mean, if it happens, cool. But, like, my goal for this is not to be monetized. Like, that's not the point. Or be a Twitch partner or a Twitch affiliate. Like, I really don't care. I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it. Oh, I could care less. I don't care. This is public on the internet. Like, again, I'm a school teacher. To my students have found the page. It's cool. I don't care. Like, I'm not doing any, like, again, like I said, like, if I can help someone learn a love of electronics and keyboards, cool. Like, and again, like, essentially kind of what I do on here, I'm basically talking about and explaining and teaching people how to do this. That's basically what I do in my day job. So, like I said, like, and again, keyboards and gaming on computers could not be more popular. A lot of my students, like, are like PC gamers, or just gamers in their free time. So, like, again, and again, I bring a custom keyboard to work every day. So, like, my students have definitely noticed that I bring a different board every day. And they're asking, like, hey, well, like, what's it built with? How does it sound and feel? Like, students will ask, like, hey, can I try it? I'm like, cool, yeah. So, again, like, I'm more than happy. Again, this is public. Again, like, during COVID, I had another friend who I went to college with, who's also a teacher. And his first year was the year we went on, the pandemic happened. And one thing that he did, like, COVID was tough. Like, a lot of people dealt with, like, mental health situations, and people were struggling. So what my friend did is he created a TikTok and an Instagram page, and he just made videos for his students. And since it was COVID and everyone was locked at home and scrolling on the internet, his TikTok page, like, blew up, like, overnight. His students started sharing it. Their families started sharing. He just made stuff that was, like, really family friendly. He made stuff that was funny and engaging to his students. That was a morale booster during COVID. So, like, I have no problem. Like, I mean, I'm not explicitly making. This is a little different than what my friend was doing. But, like, again, if my students are more than welcome to jump on stream and jump in chat and learn about something, and hopefully maybe want to build a keyboard themselves. So, like, I'm more than happy to have my students jump on. So, no, it's a fun time. Like, again, I'm a big proponent of the keyboard hobby, and just the tech hobby is for everybody. Like, whether you're a young person, you're an old person, you're my age, like, it's for everybody. Like, it's a fun time. Like, it's a genuinely fun time. And, again, we're here to have some nice, appropriate fun, and we're here to learn about electronics, learn about keyboards, learn about the weird happenings in the keyboard hobby, like someone spending $250,000 on a freaking keyboard. You know what I've thought about it? It'd be really fun. I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff to learn with, like, electronics. Like, you can learn how electricity works, how circuits work and circuit boards work. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff. Like, I have friends who, like, are electrical engineers. Like, a lot of people don't realize with, like, keyboards, like, there's a lot of engineering that goes into these things. Like the circuit board, like, learning how, like, electricity works and circuitry and, like, transistors and resistors work. Like, there's a lot that goes into these. Like, you just think it's just super simple. Like, there's a lot of engineering that goes into these. And also, like, the metal cases, like, these things are built, that's a lot of industrial design, learning 3D modeling, 3D CAD, like, learning how CNC works. Like, there's a lot of, like, really interesting, like, science and technology on display with keyboards. It's really kind of cool seeing what people are kind of able to do. So, there we go. So, that should be good. So, we got our stabilized keycaps in here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're working. I want to do a test. So one thing I also do, since we're working with these switches, I test the switches as we kind of go along. So that's going to be really cool. So I'm going to pull up my keyboard tester and get everything going. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So favorite switch, Cherry MX. I have it. Favorite Cherry MX switch are going to be, these are called Gateron Grayish. Really budget switch. You can get them for about 20 cents a switch. Like, that's very affordable for keyboard switches. Really, really great switch. Really great sound and feel. These switches we're working with, my favorite type are right here. Are going to be Alps Blue Alps. So those are my two favorite switches. Two very different types, a tactile and a clicky. So we're just getting my my switch tester open. And we just want to make sure everything is programmed correctly. So let me just program everything. First, so give me a second. I got to reprogram this particular board. We want to go right when. Yeah, we're just programming everything to make sure we're working, and then right alt. Perfect. Everything looks programmed. Perfect. So let's go to our switch tester. Backspace is good. Enter is good. Right shift. Space bar is good. Shift. All right, we're good. Switches work. We're good. All right. So that is fantastic. So, Gateron Quins, Epic, I have a set of Gateron Quins. My M Studio Class 65 that's coming in is going to get Gateron Quins, and my GMK Led Zeppelin that just came in. So those are good. So we know this works. So we're going to lube up our spacebar, and we're going to kind of go into what makes this a little bit different, which is really cool. Again, in keyboards, you have 3 types of switches. You have linear, which are just a straight down. There's tactile. When you press it down, you feel a little bump. So when you press down, you feel a little bump. And then there's clicky. So you press down, you feel a bump, and you hear a loud clicky noise. So these are clicky switches. So you're feeling a bump, but you're also hearing a clicky noise. So I like them all. My personal favorite would probably be tactile switches. In terms of sound profile, like it's like clacky or creamy. Do I have a board that's... I'm trying to think. I do have a board that sounds like Legos. I just don't... I have to look through them. I have so many. I probably do have one. So we're doing Alps stabilizers in this one. Just the way this keycap set was made, for some reason, their spacebar, the stabilizer holes don't line up correctly with Cherry MX. So I have to use Alps for the stabilizer, which is really weird and really dumb how this kit was designed. But this is a very old keycap set. So let me get this particular the spacebar lubed up, and then we'll be done with lubing everything. And then we can basically just start putting switches in. So yeah, that was a long detour. That took a lot longer than I thought getting the stabilizers sorted, but hey, it works now. But like I said, I hope that portion of the video can help someone who's building a keyboard. If they encounter an issue like that, they can kind of troubleshoot and figure it out themselves. So that's kind of the point of why I like doing these things on Twitch. Because another thing too, these live streams are uploaded to my YouTube channel. And again, every live stream that we do, because the thing with Twitch, Twitch only saves your live streams for about 10 days, and then they delete it. So what I do is I download the full live stream, and then we upload it to YouTube so people can see those Twitches, the Twitch stream in its entirety. So, but when we stream, we're only streaming the Twitch. I'm not doing any dual live streaming. It's just I tried doing it at first when we started streaming, and I just realized, in terms of bandwidth and the internet, it just was more of a hassle streaming to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. So I just stream on Twitch and then upload the full live streams recordings to YouTube. That's what we do. So just makes it a little bit easier in dealing with internet and whatnot and just confusion. And also, I also found it a pain in the butt trying to merge like my live stream chats, like trying to merge like YouTube and Twitch chat. It was just more headache for me. Because a lot of things people don't realize too, like getting into streaming, like anyone can do it. Like I'm using a pretty basic setup. Like as time goes on, I'll probably get better cameras, better microphone setup. But like for right now, for what I'm doing, it's pretty basic. But yeah, it's not hard to get into streaming, folks. Like if you want to do it, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, just my just honest advice, if anyone wants to get into like the YouTube or Twitch space, again, I'm not monetizing. Like, I'm just doing it. Like, do it for fun. Like, don't do it because I want to become a big time YouTuber, or a big time Twitch streamer, or I want to make money. Like, I use OBS. So OBS, I use OBS for my main management, but I use Streamlabs for my overlay. So where all my social media stuff is, like where my chat is and how my video camera arrangement is set up, that's all Streamlabs, but I use OBS as my main management stream. So because you can create everything in Streamlabs and then you can import it over to OBS. Yeah, I don't really care for multi-streaming. I mean, the only multi-streaming I would love to do is to be able to live stream simultaneously from Twitch over to Instagram. But the problem with Instagram is this is a landscape. My picture right now is landscape. Instagram, it's vertical. So if I were to live stream this to Instagram or TikTok, it's most of my viewpoint is gone. So I'd have to have it picture boxed into it. So I eventually would love to have it do that because and that would give it a little more of a reach. But for right now, just doing it on Twitch and YouTube is fine. Like I said, I'm just doing this for fun. So, I can do the 2 layouts. Oh, that would be sick. If I could have it adjusted to have two distinct ones. But yeah, that's something I definitely want to explore later down the line is being able to stream in 2 different formats. Again, like landscape for like YouTube and Twitch, and then having a vertical window simultaneously for like Instagram or TikTok would be cool, for example. So we're just putting this spacebar wire in. There we go. And we got it lubed up, and now we're gonna get everything put in there. Okay, we're getting the spacebar mounted. Oh wait, gotta get that lube down there. Gotta get the lube in the clip area. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, perfect. All right, let me just clip the wire in. Yeah. So, like I said, I'll answer most questions here on Twitch, but that's there's certain questions I don't want to answer, friends. So, yeah, no, most questions we will answer, friends, but not a question like that. Just kind of rule of thumb. It's all good though. But thank you for the question anyway, friends. All right, I'm gonna clean off a little bit of lube off just because don't want it to get too messy and have this thing be nice and clean. There we go. Awesome. There we go. Cool. Awesome. There we go. Again, like I just put it this way just to address that question indirectly. I'm here for keyboards, not stuff like that. So like we talk keyboards, we'll talk again if something like comes up in the keyboard space, we'll talk about it, but things like that, keep it out. We're just here for teching your keyboards. Moving on, everybody. All right, everybody. Thanks, Epic. So I know, but it's good times, everybody. So there we go. We got our stabilized keycaps in. That's pretty good. We're pretty much done with lubricant for this for all the stabilizers, which is fantastic. So essentially, what I think we're good to start moving on to stabilizers, which is going to be fantastic. So let's move on. Let's get these white click. I'm going to put them all in. I'm basically going to put all the switches in, and then we're just going to solder them in. If we have issues with switches being dead, we will just desolder them. But we're going to put all the switches in here and get this one going. But we're going with white clicky Alps today. So Invincible is a fantastic show. It's great. I saw a preview for it right before it premiered at Comic-Con a few years ago, which is super sick. So Invincible, fantastic. I mean, I'm a big animation fan, so like anything like cartoons, just animation, I think it's a beautiful art form, and I've never stopped loving animation even when I became an adult. So animation is definitely a really beautiful and amazing art form. Like, so yeah, I talk about it daily at work. Like K-pop Demon Hunters is I wish more people. If you haven't seen it, please watch it, friends, because it's like I think, and for the animation space, giving us something new, giving us something fun and fresh that everyone can enjoy is awesome. So yeah, like I love animation, whether it's like 3D animation, whether we're talking 2D, like anime. Like I love any and all types of animation. It's just a fun and beautiful art form. And we definitely should support it. So, like I said, I'm a big animation fan. I'm a SpongeBob fan for crying out loud. I have that SpongeBob keyboard. So, like, I obviously love cartoons. I love animation. It's a fun time. I have read the comics, which is pretty cool. Invincible is because, God, who's it? Because I've seen Robert Kirkman, who's behind that, at Comic-Con, which is really cool because it's just a fun time. The other one's like, so it's a really fun time. Like, again, I love that twist the superhero genre on its head. So I love shows like Invincible or The Boys that like takes like the superhero genre and how would superheroes actually be if they existed? So that's why Invincible I think is a really cool, like more grounded, realistic take on like, no, dude, this is how superheroes would actually be. So it's fantastic. So yeah, definitely a good time. But yeah, no, I do Comic-Con every year, so really fun. Like I was there. I've gotten to meet like people who do like Marvel comics and like DC and like Dark Horse and whatnot. So really cool people, and I love supporting their work and the awesome creative stuff that they do. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, K-pop Demon Hunters is such a cute movie. Like I've seen it too many times. I have a little niece who's just turned 10 years old and she's like obsessed with it. So like we're always like watching it whenever we hang out. So so it's a good time. But yeah, animation, really beautiful art form. Again, there's so much out there in terms of animation, like what they do, but yeah, like I love it. So but it was funny. I was on a live stream. I was in a chat with another keyboard content creator, and they were talking about Star Wars. And a lot of people had said like they'd never seen Clone Wars or like Star Wars Rebels. And I'm like, wait, how are you a Star Wars fan? You've not watched Clone Wars. You've not watched Rebels or like Bad Batch. I'm like, bro. Like I tell people like who are Star Wars fans, like if you're not watching Clone Wars, you're not watching Rebels or like Bad Batch, you're missing out on like good Star Wars. So I always tell people like watch the cartoons, everybody. It's really good. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, it's really good. So. Yeah. Oh, I cannot sing Golden. Good God, I can't sing for the life of me. That's cannot. Yeah. Props to the like singers who actually sing that song for like the actual recording. Like they have great voices. I do not have that kind of voice or vocal range. Like yeah, I cannot sing for the life of me. Like again, that is a skill set I would definitely was not born with. So yeah, no, unfortunately, friends, yeah, you gotta go watch like other like actual voice actors who are good at that stuff. So there we go. All right, we got all the switches installed. I'm gonna put my bucket of switches to the side, and we're gonna start soldering these switches in, and then we're just gonna once we get them all soldered in, we're gonna start testing them. But everything looks pretty good so far. Like our stabs are all good and installed. I'm just kind of there we go. Cool. Yeah, so that's fantastic. So let's flip that over and we'll get this one going. So let me move let's get the vent going. Let's get the rest of this solder wick out of here and then open up my next spool of solder and we'll get going. All right, cool. Awesome. So let's get this one going, everybody, and we'll get the show going. So. Alright, so we're just soldering in the points. So we're melting again, this solder tip is about 800 degrees. So we're literally just melting the solder to make proper electrical contact for the switches. Perfect. Awesome. Perfect. Just making sure. Careful, SpongeBob. There we go. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Patrick. Mayonnaise is not an instrument, guys. Come on. So, let's get this one going. Cool. Just doing this bottom row right here. Alright, give me a second. Alright. Oh my god, we have a ghost in chat. Look at that. Alright, give me a second. Good times. Let me just get a little more on this one. Cool. Coming along. Give me a second. Cool. Yeah, we're just giving there. Oh my gosh, people be crazy. It's all good. Good times. All right. Awesome. Perfect. All right, we got a perimeter going, which is good. We'll move on to our top row over here, and then we'll get going. I have no idea, and it's fine with me. I'm chilling. So people are welcome to go through it. Like I said, these are public, and the whole point of me doing this is just to kind of educate and show people, like how tech can be fun, and help people build keyboards. That's the whole point of me doing this. So I could care less who jumps on. So I just happen to be in a line of work where I work with young people. I know, since yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, we're probably out of here probably the next I'd say 30 or so minutes. Hopefully if we don't have any dead switches. But that stabilizer issue was just a pain in the butt. I did not expect to have an issue with stabilizers like that. But it's fine now. But like I said, like I like doing this on stream. So if someone is building a keyboard and they have this type of issue, like they can maybe learn from this and know how to troubleshoot and solve that problem. So that's what we do. So we're just doing that. So we're just going through. We're soldering all these switches. So again, we're putting a little bit of solder here. We're melting it, and then it hardens on the circuit board, and that will allow us to make proper electrical content. So, I mean, like I quote daily on the job, I hate everybody equally. So, interpret that how you do. But that's one of my favorite lines. I hate everyone equally. And for those of you who don't know, it has two meanings. I hate everyone equally means either you literally hate everybody or you don't hate anyone. So it's a dual meaning phrase. So yeah. Cool. Going wall. Alright, almost done with this top row here, and then we'll start going into the internal section of it. Fantastic. It's fun, dude. I do, soldering's fun, man. It's fine. No, like, soldering is a good time. Like I said, like, I've gotten pretty good at it. I've done probably over 100 keyboards at this point, in terms of soldering, probably if not more. So you just kind of get into a rhythm of it. It's not difficult to do. The only thing with soldering, you just want to be careful with the soldering tip because it is like 800 degrees. So it's very, very hot. And if it touches your skin, you're going to burn your skin. And you're going to, let me put it this way. If this soldering tip if I touch the soldering iron, I will know what I smell like when I cook. So it's very, very hot. You will hear your skin sizzle and it'll cook. So, which I have done. I know what I smell like when I cook. It's not good. Don't do that. So I've literally been cooked. So it's not a good time. So yeah, so you just want to just be careful with it, because again, this is really, really hot. So I know, medium rare apparently. I know, we're not, cannibalism is wrong, everybody. Just put it that way. Alright, there we go. Alright, just doing it that way. Cool. Awesome, yeah, we're just going through, but yeah, like I said, soldering's not hard. It's just, just be very mindful of these soldering tips. They get very, very hot. So, but other than that, as long as you're just mindful of that and you get the proper soldering equipment, it's pretty easy to do. And it opens up a ton of different hobbies. So if you're like into like cosplay, or like making your own electronics, or making keyboards or what have you, like soldering is a really good skill to have. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with it. So it's definitely a good little skill to have. Because you can also fix like your own electronics, which is great. So, yeah, if you're interested in like engineering or like tech, like, again, this is a really fun hobby to like learn about that stuff. Okay, getting those pins in. We'll do this half of it. Awesome. Making some good progress. Almost there, friends. Good times. All right. Let me put it this way. So this keyboard right here, it's, oh god, how much is it? It's probably like over $1,000. Like, it's all in. Like, this was a very expensive build. Very bespoke, very high end, very custom. I mean, this is a one-of-one keyboard. The keyboard itself is called the J-02. That's not a cheap keyboard to begin with. The keyboard's like $250. But I had to have a bunch of parts made and a bunch of custom work done to it. So this is a very expensive keyboard. So, yeah. So, it ain't cheap. Let's put it that way. So we're almost there, and then we'll test the board. And we shouldn't have any issues with this board. This is a pretty simple board to go with. All right, cool. Got that half of the board done. We're almost there. Dude, I was so bummed, dude. Like, Bull, because I texted Bull, and he said to be sometime this week, and then he posted out of the blue this morning. He's like, oh, yeah, guys, boards are going live in 5 minutes. I'm like, and then they win in like 30 seconds. I wanted an extra PCB, and I couldn't even get a PCB. And I was so bummed. I mean, also, Epic, be patient, man. Like, look on Mech Market. Like, literally, someone sold a S100 brand new in the box for $150 on Mech Market. That's below the MSRP. So you should be able to get one. Like, just be patient, and like, again, you'll be able to find them below MSRP, and honestly, it's probably gonna be better that way to get it on Mech Market. So just be on the lookout. Like, watch the Discord server, watch the subreddit for Mech Market, and you'll be able to get one, man. Like, someone's gonna sell them. Because I'll tell you, the S100 has been kind of there's been a lot of controversy with the board. So I'll tell you what happened. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the board. So with the S100. People have been having problems with the polycarbonate and like polypropylene plates, or the PP plates. So again, those are made of like a polycarbonate. So I got the aluminum plates. So what happened was, the people were getting those plates and they were warped. And they were warped in a way where they were too tight for MX switches. So people were complaining from all the vendors, and this was all the vendors. So I got mine from Click Clack. People who got them in other parts, like Europe, Asia, other parts of the world, were complaining about the polypropylene plates. Like, they said, like, it's not fitting our switches. Well, here's the thing. It wasn't QA. So here's the thing. Those boards were manufactured over the summer. They were made in China. China's ridiculously hot. So they were made in a climate-controlled factory, but once they were put into the shipping containers, those things aren't climate-controlled. So while those things were being shipped across the ocean and stuck inside the shipping containers, the heat inside the shipping containers warped the polypropylene plates. So that's what Vertex and the vendors kind of determined, because the issue wasn't present with the aluminum plates, which are the same exact design, just made out of aluminum, which is what I got. So I didn't experience that issue. But essentially what Vertex has said, and all the vendors, they are manufacturing replacement plates for everyone who ordered a polycarbonate plate. So they're going to make it right for everybody. They said it'll probably take about a month for the plates to get made and then sent out to vendors. But they're doing it like once the plates are manufactured, they're going to send them like priority mail to all the vendors. So then the vendors can then distribute those to the customers. So they're going to make it right. So I'm very happy, because also there was a ton of delays on that and the seal. So I'm very happy Vertex is making it right. So, because Vertex has a pretty good reputation. So like they're one of the vendors design studios I trust. So I'm very happy they say like, hey, this was an issue that wasn't, we couldn't have predicted that this would happen. Like, the heat of the summer would like warp the plates in the shipping containers. But that's what happened, and they're making it right. Like, it's nothing that they did. Like, because everyone, like, I've never heard of this issue happening with PP or polymer plates. So it's kind of unheard of that happened. But that's kind of what their findings found. So, but yeah, a lot of people were really kind of like upset and really mad that was happening. And when I posted my build stream of my S100 in my post, people were DMing like, hey, did you have issues with the plate? And I said, no, I had the aluminum plate. So, because also for me, like, I prefer aluminum plates on my keyboards. I like that, like, firmer, stiffer typing feel, as opposed to, like, that softer, more bouncy of polycarbonate plates. So, but yeah, that was the whole thing in the keyboard space. But yeah, I'm glad they're making it right, and I think everyone should have their replacement plates probably by the end of the year. So really, props to Vertex for making it right, because I know there have been issues with other vendors or designers in the past who basically said, no, you got your board, good luck. So, dude, honestly, like, that's the beauty of the hobby. I don't like foam in my keyboards. I don't like the sound profile, but some people love that sound profile. Like, we all have different tastes. We all have different feels, and that's the great thing about this hobby. There's something for everybody. So that's like the great thing about it. So I definitely enjoy having different options and things like that. But yeah, we're getting this board rebuilt, and I'm really excited how it's going to shape up and turn out. So yeah, let me just get, we're almost there. We have like 3 more switches. And then we can do tests and then figure out if we have dead switches. These are white Alps, so like these are newer Alp switches, so I shouldn't have as many issues like orange or green Alps, so those are older switches. So we should be pretty good. We may have a couple dead switches on this board, but we'll get them swapped out. Alright, I think we got them all soldered in. Sweet. Alright, home stretch for sure, everybody. So, there we go. So let's let that cool down. But we got all of our switches soldered in, everybody. So that is nice and fantastic. So, really nice. So let's put our cable in. Let's plug this into the computer. And then let's just double check everything is working. Yeah, all right, where's my mouse? Let's get this switch tester open and we'll go from there. So, all right. PCB still works, so I didn't kill it, so that's nice. Backspace. Okay, good so far. All right, making sure. Cool, those are good so far. No dead switches so far, so that's good. Good so far. Oh, we got a dead switch. All right, 1 dead switch for the entire board is pretty good in my book. So I've had boards where we have like half the freaking switches are dead. So I will absolutely take that. So there we go. So let's desolder this dead switch and let's put in a replacement switch. So we have our letter V right here. So letter V is dead. So that's a dead switch. It's just these are like 30-year-old switch. I mean, maybe we'll see. But yeah, let's pull that switch out. Let's wait for that red light to come on, and then we should be good, everybody. But yeah, that one's pretty good. So okay, waiting for that to go in. You're a wizard, Harry. Look at that. Come on. Let that 4th one in right there. There we go. Let's get that going. Alright, got that desoldered. Let's get this switch disassembled. So you get to see. One thing that's also cool about Alps is you can take them apart while they're inside the board, which is great. And that's kind of how I remove them once they're inside the switch. There we go. Alright, let's get that. There we go. Switch plate's dead on that one. Pull that switch plate out. Let's pull this switch out. There we go. Let's reassemble this switch. I'll put it in the graveyard because the components are still good. Cool. All right. That's pretty good having 1 dead switch. So that is awesome in my book. So let's just solder in that last one. Cool. All right. Let's plug that in and just double check that switch again. Got to get the switch switch tester out. Give me a minute. All right, let's just test our switches again. Oops. Give me a minute. We're just testing them. I don't know. We'll see. Just give me a second. Okay, we're just going to test our switches once again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're just testing the switches. Again, these old switches, these are like 30-year-old keyboard switches, so we just want to make sure they're working properly. So we should be good, but I just want to double check before we cool down all the soldering stuff. Oh, caps lock is being weird. Okay, we're going to swap out caps lock. That is good. That's why we test this stuff. Okay, we'll take our caps lock. That's weird. So we have a dead switch on caps lock. Yeah, but that clicky is so satisfying. So where we get these switches, I basically search eBay and like Goodwill and just different electronic stores for old keyboards, and then you essentially desolder and harvest the switches from those old keyboards. So yeah, so it's a fun time. So let's take out caps lock. Caps lock is being weird. So all right, since it's on the edge, we should be able to spudge that one out. Wait a minute. Cool. Let's put new caps lock in. Should be fine. Cool. Let's just solder in caps lock. I mean, Costco muffins are the best, guys. Let's put it that way. All right. Cool. Awesome. Let's double check that again. Let's just check our caps lock, and then we should be good. Yeah, I'm not that old, dude. I'm still from the 90s, though. All right. All right. We are money. Everything works. We are good. So I'm going to just turn off my soldering equipment, get everything cleaned up here, and then we'll start getting ready to reassemble this thing. All right. Cool. All right, cool. Put all my tools and crap to the side. So we're done with that, everybody. So that's good. Look at all those tools right there. Look at that. It's all my menagerie of stuff right there. So, oh, keycaps facts. We're doing DCS Alpine Winter. Really, really rare keycap set. This set was made in like 2015. Like when I started getting into Alps, I wanted some of the like older DCS sets. I mean, there's only 6 of them. And this is one of the, I put a want to buy out on Mech Market, and a guy messaged me and said, I have DCS Alpine Winter, I'll sell it to you for like 75 bucks. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So it's a good set. Really, really good, really classic set. It's just rare as hen's teeth. Good luck finding it. It's so expensive. I mean, if you, I have not seen one come up for sale. Let's just put it that way. It's a very, very hard keycap set to find, unfortunately. So very, very rare set. So, but yeah, really good set. I really enjoy it. And again, it's on one of my like more special and rare boards. Cool. So we're going in. So yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, so it's a really good set. I mean, you just got to be on the lookout. Like the DCS sets are awesome. I love them. Some people who are like really more hardcore like Alps loyalists than me, like don't like the sound of the DCS sets, but they look so good. That's the thing with DCS. Like the sets just look amazing. So, like, and in terms of aesthetic, maybe they may not sound the best, but they have the best aesthetics. Like, DCS Alpine Winter just looks so good. I saw that they are in there. That's pretty dope. So, let me just get finished putting the rest of this set on, and then we're going to get going. All right. Cool. EXC. Yeah, we're just putting the keycaps on, and then we'll put final assembly in the case. And then we'll kind of explain how this board is built, because it's a pretty cool set. So, yeah, it comes along. I mean, it looks really good. This, like, gray and this gray set's just really good. So, it's a really, really nice keycap set, but very, very rare. So it's one of the rare DCS keycap sets. So, because they only made about 100 of these, so you got to find them in the wild. So you got to find this set in the wild. It's pretty difficult. Okay. No. So we're putting these sets back on. Perfect. There we go. Almost there, friends. All right, there is our actual assembly. So that looks fantastic. So that came out great. Love how that came out. So looking really good. So, dude, I'm so excited for Dynacap, dude. I met Clever at Keep Life. Like, amazing project. Cannot wait. I'm going to buy several of those. So, that's, if you need my endorsement on Dynacap, buy it. It's definitely worth it. That is like an instant buy. So, all right, we're going to put this gasket back on, and then we're going to do final assembly into the keyboard. So, we're just putting on this stuff right here. All good, everybody. Like I said, this was going to be a longer stream, everybody. So about the 2.5. We'll probably be out of here in the next 5-10 minutes, everybody. So again, full VOD will be on YouTube, everybody. So just FYI. All right, there we go. We got our gasket on. Let's get the inserted into the bottom case. Let's get our connector. So USB-C connector doing in there. So. Well, the build will be done, everybody. We're almost done. There we go. All right. There we go. Look at that. So we got that in, and then we'll put our top case on. And then we're going to be good. So look at that. So there we go. So there is our new case. I mean, sorry, our rebuilt board. It's the same as how we started. But it just has new stabilizers and it has new switches. Oh, so good. Yeah, so really good board. Again, this is all custom coded. So, again, this board is called the J-02, so you can see the J-02 right there. So, really, really cool board. I got all my grimy fingerprints. I'll get all that stuff and grime cleaned off. But yeah, this board is done, everybody. So it's a really, really cool board. Again, one of my personal builds that we're going to showcase at the UC Irvine keyboard. Yeah. Custom code keyboards. There's a software called QMK. It's an open source software. Anyone can use it, and you can you can code your own keyboard software right there. It's really cool. So it's open source. So super sick board. Yeah, but epic. This one came out super sick, dude. Like, I love this. And again, I think it's going to be better with this because I'll show you my. So I have a metric crap load of ambers. I have about 128 ambers, 130 ambers here, plus another 60. So I have 180 amber Alps here. Do not ask how much money is in all these switches. He's like, so about 180 times 5. That's how much money is in these switches. There's a lot. I didn't pay that, but that's what they're worth. I do deal hunting when I try to find ambers, but these are going to be for something more crazy that I'm planning in the future. So I'll get the pins on these ones clean out. Oh yeah, dude, epic. I would love to do like another custom for you, dude. Like, I'd be happy to do another custom build for you. Like a TKL, like a frog would be so sick, dude. Like, I love doing frogs for people. So like, epic, if you were to do like a custom TKL, dude, I would definitely recommend like a frog. Like, I think that's for like money and like sound. The frog is like the best one to go. You can get a frog case for like $175, and then we can figure out some awesome switches, and it'll be good. Yeah, frog's the best, dude. You can't go wrong with Gion. Like, I have 2 frogs, like 2 frog TKLs in my collection. I mean, shit, I'll get them out. I'll get my frogs. Give me a second. I got 2 of them. I mean, epic. I'll show you my 2 frogs right here. So I got 2 of them. So like, this is my standard frog F13 TKL. So I know I have 5 keyboards called the frog. So I'll show you. I'll pull out the other ones. So this is one of my frog. This is my beige frog TKL Epic. So which is really cool. So it has the Taihao keycaps. This has like the white dampened, which are really nice. So much more quiet, which is really nice. And then I have my 8K frog. Ignore the bottom row. I had to use the bottom keycap, these control and alts for another build for a client. So they have Macintosh alts, but normally it's all blacked out in silver. But this is another really cool one. The frogs are awesome, dude. So yeah, definitely if you can get one of them. Oh yeah, dude, you can get the frog sub $200 all day. All day. I mean, I'll show you the other frogs I got. I mean, if Frog really wants to see them, so. I mean, I got one more frog, but I'm not pulling it out because it's in mothballs right now. But this is one of my frog 60%. This is called the Frog Ligera from Gion, South Korean. And then I have the standard Frog Mini. So, really cool boards. So, yeah, I love the frogs from Gion. Probably my favorite family of keyboards from Gion. I mean, I have all of the frog keyboards in my collection. So, really good. But, yeah, I'm going to put this one to the side. So, we're done with this. This is a super sick build. This will be at UC Irvine. I mean, I'm taking my whole collection, so you'll see this and many more. But while we're on stream, I wanted to show the teaser for what we're doing tomorrow. So, we are going to be on stream tomorrow at the same time at 5:30 p.m. So, I'll just do a teaser of what we're going to do tomorrow on stream. I got some prototype boards in for review. To try and promote the boards to go to sale. So what we are going to be doing, we got something really special that we're going to be promoting. Oh, sorry about that. So we're doing this thing tomorrow. So this is a board called the BP1 by Baron Boards. This board is themed after a McLaren P1 supercar. That's about a $2 million supercar that McLaren made a few years ago. And this is a board that's inspired by the board. So we have carbon, so they have the McLaren logo there, which is really cool. So this is we're gonna do a really cool black and green build tomorrow in this keyboard on stream tomorrow. It's not gonna be as crazy as what we did today, but this is gonna be a super, super sick build. So yeah, I have both of them epic. I got the green, I got the orange. The orange we're saving for a build a little bit later in the future. Once we get the parts in for that, we're going to do Alps. We're going to be doing Cherry MX in this board tomorrow. So and also you can see we have the wrist rest, which looks super, super sick. So again, we'll showcase this board in all of its beautiful McLaren glory tomorrow. Oh yeah, I will have both BP1s on display at UCI. Those are going. I got permission from Luke, the designer. I asked him if he would be okay if I took these to the UCI meetup, and he said, please take them. So I'll have these boards out, and I'll probably make a little placard just to kind of, with like a QR code to, if someone's interested in the board, like in joining the group buy in the future, like doing that one. So, oh, they're gorgeous, dude. These are gorgeous boards. They feel like prototypes. Like there are some quirks, like there's a lot of 3D printed parts internally on them. I mean, they're prototypes, but this is like 95% of what the production version will be, which will be really cool. And Luke, I can't say which vendor, but Luke is in deep negotiations with a major American vendor to facilitate the group buy. So they still need to work out some more logistics and negotiate some other things, but they're targeting a price point of about $400 for the board, which is, I think, very fair for how complex the board is. I know the vendor. I can't say. I know which vendor it is. I can't say which one. And then also the ETAR, which is from the Bloody Eyes. This will also be at the UC Irvine meetup as well. The group buy will be concluded. Again, this group buy runs until October 15th. I'm joined this group buy. This is a prototype from the Bloody Eyes. He's going to let me keep this prototype until I get my group buy unit early in 2026. So we're going to do like Alps builds and some other stuff. And we're doing a special run of PCBs for this board that will support the Macintosh keycaps. So when I get my board, we're making special PCBs that support the Macintosh keycaps. So no, I absolutely get you, man. Well, also too, like the BP1 probably won't run on group buy until like 2026 sometime. Probably it's going to be sometime next year, hopefully. The ETAR again, you should be able to get this on Mech Market. It's a dope board, dude. And honestly, if you wanted one in the future, I definitely could talk to the Bloody Eyes and possibly get you a unit, dude. So don't worry, dude. It's a cool board. Like it's very different. So we're definitely gonna do that one. So yeah, we got that one. But yeah, all the boards will be out there, including again the ETAR and then the 2 McLarens. And then while we're on stream too, I guess I'll showcase these two. They're not. I have them. I just can't build them for a while. They're just gonna sit. So I got the seal in. So I want to show the seal off really quick while we're on here. So I got the seal. So this, I ordered this a year ago. So I've been waiting on this board for like freaking ever. So the seal is gorgeous. This board is so sick. It is amazing. I am so happy with the seal, dude. Like this is an amazing board. So I'm so happy we got this. So I'm not building this right now because we're gonna build this with Alps. But I need to have the plates designed and made. Vertex has an Alps plate file, but I have to have Careless work on it and make sure it's exactly up to spec. But like this thing is so sick. So this thing will be just. This will also be at the UCA Irvine meetup. Oh, the weight's gorgeous. The weight is absolutely gorgeous. This thing weighs a ton, by the way. So this will also be at the UC Irvine. It'll be unbuilt, but I want people to be able to see the seal. It's a really gorgeous board. So this will be one of my unbuilt boards that'll be at the meetup and on display for people to kind of pick up and take a look at and see like, hey, maybe I want to try and find a seal secondhand. Vertex boards are not hard to find. Like you'll be able to find seals on Mech Market probably within the next few months. I think people want to get used to the board and see if they really like it. I love it. So definitely going to build that with Alps. And then I have another board I got in that will show right before we get on out of here. This will be the last thing we show before we get on out of here. We got... I think Epic, I think you may know what this board is. I got this one the same day the seal came in. So this board I've also been anticipating for a while, this is the Constance. And this thing also had a lot of delays, just like the seal. But oh my gosh, this board is amazing. And it weighs a ton. Holy cow. Well, guys, I got the copper weight. So this board is gorgeous. I got it in the brown. And it's gorgeous. Like this board is amazing. I saw some people who got their units from other vendors a little earlier than me. I got mine through Divinity, so it took them a little bit longer to get their from Agliston Studio, but it is gorgeous. And again, this will also be built with Alps. Now we have to design the Alps plate from scratch, and that's going to take time. So this board will also be at Keep Life Unbuilt on display for people to just like pick up, try, take a look at, and see like, hey, is this a board I would like to track down for my collection? But I will say the finish on this board is gorgeous. I think Agliston Studio, for their first like major project, they knocked it out of the park. This is an amazing board, and also I got the upgrade when I did this. I looked at the different weights, and the brass weight didn't look good with this brown, but the copper weight just looked absolutely gorgeous as an accent with this particular board. And there's 2 weights in here, by the way. So you have this weight right here, and then you have this Toblerone weight right here. So then these are solid copper right here. So this thing has a good weight. Really, really good weight. And of course, I got wing keyless. So really good board. So Epic, definitely, I'd love for you, when you go to UCI, dude, definitely please pick both of these boards up, feel them. I mean, they'll be unbuilt, but like just feeling the weight and looking at the craftsmanship of both of these boards, it's amazing. I think they really did a good job. Like Agliston Studio, I think for their first proper board, I think they knocked it out of the park, and I'm looking forward to what projects they do in the future. But yeah, I'm gonna put those are 2 boards I've gotten in. I've been waiting for almost pretty much a year for, and it was nice to finally have them on hand. They'll be waiting a little bit longer because again, I want to build them with Alps. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Definitely, dude. Definitely take as many pictures as you want at the meet. Like they're gorgeous boards, and I'm really happy to have them. So and it's cool. So yeah, but we're gonna build both this and the seal with Alps. It's just gonna take time. So people aren't gonna see my like Constance and seal build for a while. Just because it's gonna take time to build them. But yeah, folks, that's what we got. So again, tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. we're doing the Baron Boards BP1. That's gonna be another one of our sponsored streams. So that's going to be really cool. So again, the Baron Boards is going to be the sponsor for tomorrow's stream, and we're going to be showcasing their board. And the designer, Luke Baron, will be in chat with us tomorrow. So should be a good time. But everyone, have a great evening, everybody. We'll be getting out of here. The VOD will be up on YouTube later this evening, everybody. Have a great evening.